Man, what's up? Welcome back. If you're here for the replay, if you're here for the live, we back in the building. It's your boy D Fran.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's your
Damn,
boy B
damn. Where my
Neil.
thing is? Damn, I ain't even the one I'm looking. I ain't got the boo on this one. Jesus. Anyways, we in the building for another episode of the Absolute Sure podcast. Episode shit, I don't even know at this point, number 200 and something. But we got a lot of things to get into today. We got to cover the YNW Melly trial. We got to cover we got D Wade. We got Sukihana drama. We got a whole bunch of things to get into for today. So before we get started, you already know how we start off. Bryce, you got any good things for today?
Well. I finally started my streaming. Well, not even my streaming. My I guess you call it making just regular videos again and not doing just lives. I made 3 today, so getting
Shit.
back at it.
What you do?
Talked about Aisha Curry recently with how she got a little hot on stage. We might talk about
Oh
this.
Lord have mercy. I saw the video.
Hey man, she out here wilding again, man.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But yeah. That's good. What else? Just that? Just Aisha Curry or some other type of
Who else I talked about?
some
Tom
red pill
Brady
type
and
shit?
then yeah, pretty much it was that, and then I think I talked about Mel Gibson as well. Yeah, that's his name, Mel
About
Gibson.
him doing a documentary about pedos or Hollywood, something like that.
Yeah, and it was just like an old clip of him talking about just him being uncomfortable and some of the stuff. He kind of like speaking in code, but for the most part, you can
Well, y'all
kind of
boys
tell.
have seen YouTube drop that monetization. I said, oh, let me get to working.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Word just sent me that shit. Nigga should have been working. Nigga, we on it. Anyways, that's all I got for you good things for today. So
Yeah, for
everybody
the
in the
most
chat, make
part.
sure you like the video if you ain't liked it already. But what's my good things? I don't know. I just feel good. You know, life's been good. Been consistent on YouTube, shit like that. Job's been good. Family's been good. Everything's been good, man. I'm content. I don't want to say content, but I'm happy with life at this present moment. That's what I can say about it. So, what's the first thing we're gonna get into today, man? We got like music topics. We got fucking all kinds of shit to get into. Let me see.
Man, let's see. I
Gotta find
know
this. Let me find this
one
D
of the
Wave thing just in case we pull it up later.
one of the hot topics that's going on right now is the YK Osiris and
Okay, we can get to that.
Sukihana
All right.
situation.
All right, roll
And
us into it, man. What do you think?
well, recently, this is what's funny. This is not Sukihana's like supposedly um, first time kind of being off put on camera in public. She recently had like another interview where a dude was like, "I want to sniff the fart out your ass" and shit like that. And she
Yeah.
kind of was playing like she ain't like it too much. But supposedly that was a little acting and stuff too. But recently, I think she was at some type of YouTube event or some type of event where she was kind of just commentating or even hosting or some or to some degree. And YK Osiris being his, self, came over and started trying to massage on her, start trying to kiss on her, really start trying to mac on a hoe in public. But outside of that, she clearly didn't like it and was showing some type of some type of way. So a lot of people calling it sexual harassment. A lot of people saying they don't know what's wrong with him. Why would he do that?
Fuck harassment. They said assault.
Yeah, that's
They
actually
took
what
it
it
to the
was.
next level. They took it to the sexual assault.
Yeah, I'll probably say harassment. But the funniest thing I seen, it was like why KO Osiris is scaring the hoes. So that's definitely the literal definition of scaring the hoes. That's probably like the alpha omega hoe of all time. And you scaring her, bro. Yeah, you definitely on some weird vibes. But how you feel about it? How did you feel watching the video?
I think you can make a case like if she really felt uncomfortable, you can make a case that it was sexual assault because like let's be honest, if it was like some quiet meek type girl and he did that to her, people would be like that's sexual assault. But obviously because the way she presents herself, the way she acts, the way she treats other guys, people are going to you're not going to get that same sympathy because the way that you present yourself, the way you act, the way you're out there, right? And
Usually, but she getting it actually.
whatever.
I said usually you're right, but she actually getting some sympathy.
No, you're gonna get some type of sympathy, but there'd be like more overwhelming. There wouldn't
Okay,
be the
I feel that.
conversation of like, well, you do act like a hoe, so it's like, how can you be, confused, right? But I mean, with this conversation too, in Wardu, we're gonna talk about Wardu later if he comes in the chat. But clearly, there's gonna be a double standard, right? Because I've seen a lot of people bringing up that she does this, right? Like she Trail said something about Drewski, and I looked it up, and he was on stage at his show. She was performing. She got the song "Eat a Nigga Ass," and she faked like she ate his ass, which like that's a comedy show. So that might be a reach to be like, well, look at this right here.
Yeah, I mean,
What YK Osiris is, I
people
think
disrespect it.
he thought they were like, I really think he thought they was doing that for entertainment. I think he thought that. He could have completely misread the
Nah, I
room.
think he was low key macking.
Before that, she was saying like, I would turn you, like there's two clips, right? There's a clip you see of him kissing her. There's a clip of him her talking to him saying, I'll turn you out, I'll turn your little ass out, boy. And then she sings his song to him, I'll give you the world, baby girl, whatever. And then you see the next clip of him kissing her. And even you hear Lou Duval saying, I bet you want to tongue kiss her. I dare you to tongue kiss her. So you got that element into it as well. But, you know, if she feels bad about it, you can't, you know, ain't nothing really to say. Like, she felt like she was, you know, misused, or I won't say assaulted because she didn't say the word assaulted, but if she felt like it was inappropriate, then it was inappropriate. She ain't want it. So I can't really say nothing against her. Like, I could say that, hey, you know, you probably should reconsider your image because your image does bring the freak nasty out of weird niggas. Like them, there's gonna be them freak nasty weird niggas that's they're gonna want to test that because they think that's like a 24/7, you know, type of vibe, and it's not okay. But the reality of life is that's gonna be there. People are gonna be like that. And they're gonna want to test you.
I ain't gonna lie. I think we all have. I feel like everybody had that like an embarrassing moment in school where you try some shit and it didn't work, and it's just like you get played for it, and it's like I feel like YK Osiris is the embodiment of that. Just his whole persona, like he just get played a lot. Like you know how the dude is easy to joke on as well. I feel like he kind of embodied that because me personally, I feel like if it was any other type of dude, personally, it probably don't turn out that way. And even when I'm looking at from that and the context you gave, they kind of had a little kind of like conversation a little bit. It ain't giving him the like consent or anything to do it, but yeah. He massaged the shoulders, the kiss on the cheek a little weird. And I know they say kind of whisper, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world, especially when you kind of being playful with it. So in my mind, I feel like it just was wrong place, wrong time, or it could have been somebody else, or people could have took it differently if it was somebody else.
That's the thing. It's that famous meme. It's like, have you ever seen a meme where it's like sexual assault in like Riz or something like that? Like the ugly ass nigga is sexual assault. Like if it's a nigga like Kevin Gates who's also into that, we're like, I stick my tongue in your ass, and I like if it was that type of nigga, I think people would be like, that's their type of timing. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought about when he was on the podcast with the girl from the City Girls, and she be on that freaky shit, and he was spitting back like she was kind of like off guard by his freaky shit, but they weren't looking at it like, oh, he's my guy, Kevin Gates is so, because he be on that freak shit. So it's like you kind of expect that, like you said, Wildcat Star is kind of like a corny, like the kid that it's like the underclassmen that run around try to be around the scene. Is like, get the fuck away, like you little pest, like get the fuck away from it. That's what it is.
And the funny part of
the
funny part about it is like you think it's an easy like moment that you can win or get a funny joke off of, or even get an easy mac off. Say you is trying to hit, you ain't thinking this gonna blow up in your face with Sukihana. Like out of all the girls to tell you no, you just not that guy. You don't want to hear that come from Sukihana.
Yeah.
And then if you trying to mac in public, and out of all the people to dish you in public, bro, that's just an all-time bad moment for him, bro. Like
I don't think Bryce said everybody was trying to say. I don't know if Bryce said this.
No. I'm like
he's saying an embarrassing moment. He's not saying
like maybe you was flirting with a girl, or maybe you got kept on and everybody like was laughing at you, like some shit like that, where it's like, fuck, bro, this a L moment for me. But it seemed like YK Osiris getting a bunch of them moments, and for a moment like this, I could easily see a cool dude. This not happening to him.
Yeah.
So it happened to him along with an all-time hoe. It's just perfect.
Even there's another clip, right, of her and Lil Duval, but they're backstage. And Lil Duval says, you know, hey, you know what? I'll just play it because I want to give all of the fucking
context.
Give all the context. Let me see. Lil Duval, Sukihana. But like this is a case of like she's playing along with them. So, you know, it's not gonna be looked at as this weird thing. They're both kind of getting sexual with each other. I mean, let's see if an ad gonna play.
Like she wouldn't have did that to Drake or some like she wouldn't even have played like that. Like she would have let him massage. Should have been like caressing into it. Should have been followed into it. Like whole different vibes, bro. It just
Yeah. Let me see. Here we
It's
go.
hilarious, man.
All right. This is right here. Yeah, the stream. All right, here we go. Oh, my bad. You know, I'll be listening to shit fast. Hold on, hold on,
I
hold
didn't
on.
know what the fuck was
There we
going
go.
on.
Just to see if the I'm not quick though. I'm not quick.
5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
I like to go throughout the day. 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, see, I come back. Like,
Yeah,
like
that's
but,
great for me.
okay, well we perfect.
We're perfect.
Playing
You gonna find out.
You gonna around
No,
find
you're
out.
gonna
All right, you want to see my island? You want to see my island?
I've never been.
You said my island?
All right.
When do I get out of it? Can I get some crab legs?
I get somebody to eat yours.
Okay.
We'll get him. I'm not growing no more. No, I'm good. Come on, man. You better ask him. You know. You know what the going on.
Nah, I gotta.
All right, let's see. Don't
I
hype it
gotta-
up and it don't be funny.
It's funny because it's playing me. Everybody laughing at shit that's about me. So I know it's gonna be top tier hilarious. But I feel like just what I meant about the situation. Like it was a time I'm in like with a skate ring, and like I get a roll up from a girl, and I don't know if my homeboy like talked to her first or something. But I end up getting a roll up from a girl. Whatever, cool. Boom. I'm confident. I'm talking shit. I'm like, I see other niggas getting a roll. I'm like, yeah, I already got a roll up for her and shit. and she, I think she low-key heard me, so I tried to go back and get it again, and she looked back and walked off. I feel so played, bro. It's just like it's one of them like it's one of them moments where it's just like you feel like you that guy, and you just not, bro. Because I'm sure it was plenty of times where they in backstage, they hear her joking, they hear her talking shit. He like, oh yeah, it's my turn to Mac now, and it just
not your
womp.
It's not your time. So NJ said if the roles were reversed, I mean, like that's why I started the conversation off with like, I'm not gonna get to the double standard. We already know there's double standards. We already know if like she did it to a nigga, like it wouldn't be as big of a deal. It'd be like, well, actually, I don't know. People on the internet lately, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. I'll say it won't. I'm not gonna say that. Majority of people probably wouldn't give a fuck. So you're all right. But even like this girl recently, she was getting dragged on the internet because she ran up on the baby. She's like, please, can I suck your dick? Please, just a random like fan. And people's like on her ass about it. I see more like negative comments about her than just like letting the shit go. But like obviously,
that's because it was the baby. If it was Drake, nobody be saying shit. They was just like they more hate because it's about the baby.
No, but they're talking shit about the girl.
I know, but they only reason they talking shit about the girls because she was doing it to the baby. If it was anybody else, they would be like, I do the same thing.
No.
I'm talking shit.
I was like, oh yeah, maybe.
I'm talking shit though.
What did he say? If there's a white woman, Bryce would have the pitchforks out, but I get it. Why he trying to put you on this level of white women? If I didn't know Bryce, I swear he was a Fresh and Fit fan. He is a Fresh. What are you talking about? He was a Fresh and Fit fan.
I want to say a fan. I watched them.
You like if you watching somebody, you like
that does not make you a fan. Fan.
Depending on what you watching. Depending on what you're watching for. Are you watching for knowledge? What are you watching for?
I watch it for a little bit of everything sometimes, but for the most part, I barely watch them, so I wouldn't even call myself a fan. Like,
I watch clips. So Sukihana, you feel bad for her. She said she's going through it. She doesn't like what's going on. She deleted her Twitter. Does it feel like an overreaction? I don't know, maybe, but you can't tell people how to feel when they got whenever they feel a certain type of way on social media. Maybe she feels like, damn, she's looking at her life. She probably feels like a sellout. Like, damn, everybody looked at me like I'm this hoe. I know I did it to make money and put on this persona, but now she's like, I don't want to be this person no more. I don't want to be the fucking hoe. So she got to start with herself. She got to come out and try. If she don't want to be the hoe no more, she got to come out and rebrand, and that's all she can do. Because like I said, when you start doing that fake caricature shit, and you start losing yourself in the entertainment industry, you can only really blame yourself at the end of it. So I always say, just be yourself.
This would be the perfect time to rebrand too, because it's not like she gonna.
Because people will accept the rebrand.
Yeah, and she's not gonna get any bigger with music or anything. So if you're gonna rebrand now, you better do it while people watching.
Yeah,
because she even admitted to like, got an ant on my fucking camera. She even admitted to like selling her soul and shit like that. So at some point, I do feel like she probably do be having mental breakdowns and shit like this when stuff like that happen. But ultimately, I do feel like it was somewhat of an overreaction from the people viewing it. But um, it is a little distasteful as well, though. Too. I guess two things could be right in this situation for me.
Yeah. Trill says can't rebrand when there's videos of her sucking dick and getting piped on Twitter. I mean, you can always try to rebrand. Best believe that you can always rebrand. You can always, especially in 2020, especially when like that, especially when that is looked at as like, you know, people try to make it this empowerment type thing. We talk about Kim Kardashian. Oh damn it! I didn't see that.
Yeah, and in this day and age, bro, I ain't saying everybody in the world gonna accept her or even the mass media gonna accept her, but she can rebrand and stay relevant a little longer than normal. But yeah, I don't think she's gonna be liked by the world.
This is a good moment. Like she can go do podcasts and talk about it. She go on the Breakfast Club and talk about it. You know, it's like a little moment. We want to talk about you. How's your mental health? How are you doing? How do you feel? Because Osiris, he came out with an apology. He did a whole little thing like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I took it too far. I thought we were in like a playful type of moment. I've reached out to apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that shit." Osiris, you got like, I'm not gonna say you got like the most talent, but your little singing shit, it was cool. You need to focus on making music. Don't focus on owing niggas money. Don't focus on Drake. Don't focus on being around famous people just for the sake of being famous. Just go in the studio and try to make another hit record. That's all
you hanging around too much, nigga. I need to hear some.
Yeah, you hanging out too much. You're not doing enough making music. Like now at this point, it's like I'm looking at a nigga like, okay, do one song. This is the thing too. Should one song allow you to be in these spaces forever?
No.
At a certain place, nigga, all right, you back to being a regular fucking. You a fan now again, nigga. You're one song 12 years ago. You got to go back to where the motherfucker. You got to keep producing to be around these goddamn spots. You can't fucking be sitting up here. It's at least like Sukihana. She's at least somewhat relevant in social media space. Like the Eating a Nigga Ass song is not a big fucking song by any means stretch, but it's getting made fun of on social media. And
she trends.
Viral. Yeah, she trends. Yeah. So
YK Osiris over here bumming off other niggas' success. Like nigga, stop trying to be seen by me, nigga. Move.
Yeah. YK says probably writing for Drake. Yeah, I fucking doubt that. 3 or 4s can always rebrand. LOL. Kim K. So, anyways. All right, man. What else we got on the docket for tonight? We're off Suki. Salute to her. What do you think about Shannon Sharp crying? I want to ask you about that. What do you think about him crying his last day, Undisputed? Do you think it was fake because of the way it seems like they are leaving each other, or do you think that it is a genuine? I'm sad this is over with. I wish we could continue, or not. Maybe not wish we can continue, but you know, what do you think?
Me personally, after watching it, I feel like it was a mix of frustration, being happy, as far as being able to part ways, and I'm sure he made some money. I think it was a mix of emotions, because I don't think that he was necessarily ready to go. Just like at the moment he ready to go, but I don't think it was without a fight and trying to get some more change or get like say. I think it was more about like a creative direction and wanting control on how topics and when and stuff like that. I think he fought for that for a long time, and he would have rather it been more of a duo kind of thing. And I think over time it wore at him, and that's why he ended up leaving. And I think he necessarily can't voice that. So I think that's a part of the emotions. I think that's probably the biggest thing, the emotions of why he crying. Like, and also he coming to an end as far as like a great show. But I think it's more of he don't really want it to end like that. It's more of it had to come to an end because of skipping his ways.
Do you think he maintains relevance after this?
Oh, for sure. In the sports world, it's easy to maintain relevance. Maybe not on a like trending level, but I think Shannon could just because of who he is. But I think he would have to go to another syndicated show though, for sure. I don't think he could just do his podcast and be that dude unless he takes it to another level. Then I can't doubt anybody. But if he go with Stephen A, no doubt about it.
Yeah, of course. That's the duo that's every day viral every fucking day.
If he finds another good match, no doubt about it. But it could be an easy where he meets some dude and he kind of just carrying and it don't really have the same spark. But Yeah, I could see him still popping. What about you? What you thinking?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think he had to go to like a more of like a syndicated type of big type show, because even his podcast, it's once a week, it's guest based. So who's to say every week you're gonna have a guest where a conversation you have with your guest kind of goes viral? Even though I ain't gonna lie, lately he has been having conversations that do go viral on there, and that could kind of segue into the Dwayne Wade topic
Yeah.
after this. But he has had that. I think maybe the best thing for him could possibly do his own daily show, like Stephen A's been doing lately. Because Stephen A's been more. I feel like Stephen A is trying to slowly walk away from ESPN. I feel like he's been in it so long. He got the big contract, and now I see him more and more doing his own personal thing and going on other shows and doing and speaking out more. Like he went on Fox News with Sean Hannity and was saying, "Is Biden the best thing we got?" Like he was like out there, doing shit that you wouldn't think ESPN, Disney, type niggas would be talking about. Today on the show, he was talking about the trans person that got banned from the White House for showing their titties. He was talking about Bud Light. He was talking about shit that's going on. So I feel like he's doing it daily. So I can see maybe him wanting to back away as well. So that's probably why he won't even.
He went on the show
with Cameron and
yeah,
and
that's
Mace.
kind of risky a little bit. Well,
Anyways,
I cut you off.
Oh no, you good. You think Fox Sports let him out his contract early without stipulations not to go to the comp and ESPN? I'll say at least 3 months. I mean, it's yeah, they do shit like that. Stephen A. Skip reunion on FS1. Do you want to see that? Like, do you really like wake up like, oh, I want to hear what Skip Bayless has to say today? Like, is that like a person you really excited to hear talk about stuff in 2023?
I'm over Skip.
Yeah,
I think Skip could end up falling to the wayside just because he's just the same repetitive dude.
Yeah, I think he would really have to get like a star-studded guest. But I'm trying to think. Who he could possibly get on there? I wonder. Draymond's contract is up with the Warriors, right? I wonder if FS1 could give Draymond a big enough bag and a big enough security. Now, it's not going to be as big as NBA contract, obviously, because that's like $30-40 million a year.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I wonder if they could give him a good enough of something to be like, Draymond, can you be the replacement for Shannon Sharp? I don't know how well versed he is in other sports, but I'm curious if that's something they could possibly.
My only thing, because I think it's similar to the LaShawn McCoy thing, it's no young dudes that could go with Skip. Skip is too one-dimensional at this point. Like, honestly, you have to let's since it's Shannon's farewell, we got to give Shannon a lot of credit for dealing with Skip one-dimensional ass at this point, bro. Skip is really just a hater. He got a couple people he fans of, but his takes are literally all the same. And Shannon did a lot to work with that. I feel like a LaShawn McCoy, he'll call that shit out. I feel like Draymond, like it just wouldn't mesh because they're too real. Like one thing about Shannon as well is like he has a level of decorum, like old school decorum that a lot of these young people not gonna have with Skip as far as like giving him grace on conversations and a lot of shit like that. I feel like it's gonna end up like a lot of Jalen Rose, like nigga, you ain't play a dime in basketball. Like when you talk to these young dudes, like I feel like they're not gonna, like I said, give Skip that same grace. Like maybe I'm wrong and maybe that, but even then, like, because that's not like I don't even think it's necessarily disrespectful, but that's how they are right now as far as like what makes them entertaining. Like LaShawn McCoy, like he gonna talk shit about anybody. He if you wrong and he don't agree with you, he gonna go at you until you wrong. Like he not gonna let shit die as easily. And I feel like Draymond similar. You put that with Skip, bro. Like either they gonna keep being their way or they gonna have to like change up, and then they're not even as entertaining no more. So it's like I don't see it working. Well,
I mean, what they say. They said LaShawn McCoy is like the number one thought process or thought that they would probably put in that seat.
See that working, bro.
I see somebody. Who was it? I think it was a Poetic Flacco. I think he said that they should hire Jason Whitlock. It's to do Jason Whitlock.
That'd be a good one.
That's what they should do.
You need an old school media dude that's used to playing that type of game. Because like what Skip do at this point, bro, it's like a repetitive like character on TV, bro. You need somebody that's actually versed in that type of world, like a Whitlock or some old type of media head. You put one of these new dudes in here, bro, they're not gonna understand Skip and know how to work with him. I feel like.
Yeah, I can see that. I
don't see Skip changing.
I watched Skip faithfully after losing Cowboys. We could do so, but other than that, he's mad. He's always been mad. He already left FS1 one time already. I mean, thanks for stating the obvious, Trail, like usual. Watch Chris Broussard get it. Is it entertaining? I don't know. Like I'm trying to. I
Nah,
mean,
Chris,
you like Chris Broussard, right, Nick? Right? Don't you like that show?
yeah, he good where he at. His show better than whatever they shit called Undisputed. To me, it's Wiles, Chris Broussard, and Nick Wright, bro. I think they're a better trio. They one of the best trios as far as sports right now.
I don't even watch none of that shit. I watch clips. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And technically, Wiley is just the host, so it's Chris Broussard and Nick Wright show. So they technically that's their own Undisputed that Chris Broussard and helped build. So I wouldn't see him leaving that just to go be with like Skip ain't that big. Like if it was Stephen A in his prime, or maybe even Stephen A now, maybe. But I don't see him leaving because they already on ESPN. They already got chemistry. Like that shit important.
You can't. Is Chris Broussard on FS1?
Oh yeah. My bad. But even then, yeah, FS1.
No, is he or is he on ESPN?
He on FS1.
When did he leave ESPN? I don't mean keep up shit like that. Because I remember he used to be on with
it's been about 4. It's been about 4 years.
Oh shit, man! I guess I seen a nigga on there last basketball season. But regardless, Nick his son got.
He probably still can get on there.
FS1 got the best shoes, to be honest. So,
knows.
All right, let's get to the YNW Melly shit, right? Because I've been looking into that shit. Trail been Trail is just like so fucking dense. Like when you were defending Tory Lanez, like I get your frustration, right? Because like, well, no, actually, you were saying like Tory Lanez was completely innocent, so I guess I don't see the frustration in that aspect, but. YNW Melly.
They ain't proven guilty, is what I mean.
The trial has started for YNW Melly. Obviously, it's only been 3 days. At this moment, they're currently just presenting like evidence. They're bringing up expert witnesses to kind of give testimony on guns and kind of go through what is this? How did you package this? How do you know this didn't get contaminated with things of that nature? Trying to just build up the case. So far, people are pretty much like they really haven't presented shit that is really concrete to say that YNW Melly, he for sure for certain did this, right? Even today, they had the trajectory analyst in there, and he was like, can you determine exactly the height of the person, or are you kind of just making it up because you don't have all the variables? They don't have the weapon. Like you don't even know what type of gun was used, right? You don't know X, Y, and Z. You only have one factor, which is you can see where the bullet holes hit into the backseat of the car, right? That's what's going on right now in trial. So when I said YNW Melly could possibly get off, I'm saying because how it's supposed to be, it looks like there's possible reasonable doubt that the other guy could possibly be the shooter. But I did do a lot of extra research on it, so I kind of
that wouldn't prove too much different to me though. Why he should get off?
What you mean?
Because I feel like him and that dude still planted together and
no, there's that, but
all it out.
But I guess when you get charged with first-degree murder. I would assume that they have to charge you with murder, because if you want to give me as an accomplice or some shit like that, then that had to be a completely different charge that you did not charge him with. You have to prove first-degree murder, not whatever the charge would be as an accomplice.
I don't think it's just an accomplice is like helping a nigga get away or helping a nigga stay at your house. When you was like right there when he pulled the trigger, you're not really an accomplice. Like you acted like it's the same with like
if you kill somebody next to me and I helped you set it up, because I could just been scared. Like fuck, I thought he was gonna kill me next. I didn't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, I don't think that checks out, because like I know, like say you do a robbery and if somebody end up killing them, you go to jail for murder. You just may not go to jail for the longest amount of time because you didn't pull the trigger. Even if somebody admits to it and stuff like that, you still go to jail for murder because you was a part of the robbery that led to a murder. If you didn't commit the robbery in the first place, the murder wouldn't happen. So you're not really accomplished. You shit, you right there along with the dude in my eyes. Essentially a murder.
I'm reading the thing. Death, prosecutor waiver of death penalty, please. Defense first criminal inexcusable homicide, justifiable homicide, self-defense, addition, pre-trial defense and trial defense can be raised in criminal cases specific to the crime. And if the state does not waive the imposition of the death penalty and is to commit the first degree murder, court conducts a separate sentencing proceeding. Okay, I was reading some seeing how they do it in I know different states do it differently. I'll try to see how they do it in Florida. So Florida is under Florida statute, the crime of first degree murder is committed when a person commits either premeditated murder or felony murder. So premeditated, obviously, under Florida statute, is premeditated murder is committed when a person kills another human being pursuant to a pre-planned act or scheme. Felony murder under Florida statute, a felony murder is committed when a person kills another human being while engaged in commission or attempted commission of different type of felony.
For example, if I committed set a hit on somebody, or I want to get my parents killed for insurance, like, but I don't want to kill them personally, but I'm going to directly benefit. Like, you're going to get charged for that along with the person that did the murder. You might even
get charged for murder for hire. You're gonna get charged for first degree murder.
Okay, so that's not first. That still wouldn't be a part of first degree.
No, it's like a completely different charge. You murder for hire.
So you saying like it's a pretty strict thing.
Like if I charge you a first degree murder, that's saying you murdered them. So I have to give you the correct charge, because if I don't give you the correct charge, when the judge gives the jury instructions, it's like, well, he didn't kill him. He set up to kill him, but he didn't kill. That's why they get charged with murder for hire.
And I don't think that'd be a murder for hire if you wasn't at the crime. Like I feel like that's.
I'm talking about what you just said.
I know that, but I'm saying more to what his case is. You planned it with the person. You went along with the crime throughout pretty much the whole crime. I feel like that's murder. That ain't a murder for hire. Like, just because you didn't pull a trigger, like, only reason I brought up the murder for hire stuff is just to be like, you're still liable. Like, you're not just gonna get off just because you didn't pull a trigger. And then what I'm saying with YNW is like, you planned out the whole thing with the dude. You was there with the shoot. You just didn't pull the trigger. Like, well, we just can't prove you pulled the trigger. Even if the other dude pulled the trigger, we know you was a part of the whole act. And well, I don't know if they can prove he was part of the whole act, but you drove to the hospital and all that.
Because Trell's a fucking dumbass. I never said this was murder for hire. So Trell, please open them little fucking ears, them little Schmeagle A-Town fucking ears, and listen. I didn't say this was murder for hire. Bryce brought up murder for hire, and I told him something about murder for hire. So I realized over the weekend too, when I was thinking about Trell, he'd be like saying little shit. I'd be like, this stupid motherfucker. He reminds me of fucking A-Town. Do you know who A-Town is?
Mm-mm.
Let me pull up A-Town. Because we said he looks like the nigga from 300, and I'm clearly going off track, but Trell been like triggering me for the past fucking 2 days. But A-Town, this nigga right here. Hold on, I gotta go get the doorbell. But this, let me see. Let me remove this real quick. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Shit, ringing the damn doorbell going crazy. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like with this Melly case, bro, if you pretty much did everything down to except pull a trigger, you gotta be liable for murder, bro. That's like me and one of y'all, like, let's go rob a bank or let's go shoot somebody, but I'm just not gonna pull a trigger. I'm not gonna hold the gun. But I do everything else with you. Like, that's the craziest way to get off. That's the craziest way to get off. Even if they do charge them, even if the charge is wrong, I feel like at some point they're gonna change the charge or something. Like, but I don't know. I do know there have been times where prosecution have been overzealous and they did they did attempt to go with the higher charge, even though they didn't have that much evidence, and dudes get off. If that's the case here, I think it's kind of crazy because from what I know, I don't think this was no damn drive-by. From all the information I've seen. Flying low, child. Just watch out, man. Yeah, I mean, I just watching his behavior, bro, he don't seem like some dude that was innocent. That's just my views. This nigga blowing kisses, he looks psychotic. He looked crazy. I don't know. It just seemed like it's all aligning, and he definitely did it to me. But I could be wrong. I just, like, what are the odds there's a drive-by where two dudes are sitting next to each other, both get shot, and then y'all don't have nothing hit y'all? Like it just conveniently missed y'all seat. Yeah, zero evidence of a drive by. We had 2 dead bodies. What you want them to think? Yeah, it just. And then what I'd be curious to hear is like, what is YK Osiris story to what happened? Obviously, I know they said it's a drive by. They literally sticking to that story. They never changed their story up or anything. I haven't been like with Tori. I was there from the jump. I heard both sides of the story.
Oh, hold on. Trail, you dumbass. He wasn't blowing kisses. He was praying. God damn, like you said, so fucking dense. Like he read a caption.
He definitely blew a kiss though.
Man, oh my God, y'all niggas be so all right. He blew a kiss to the fucking victim. He did that a million times.
I ain't say he blew a kiss to the victim.
Okay.
But he blowing kisses.
Okay, obviously he blew a kiss in like a prayer form. But Trail's like, no, he blew it at the victims. Like, okay, like, niggas
I don't know. You could call that a prayer. I call that a psychotic breakdown.
I mean, he went like he did all this type of shit. He did that multiple times throughout the whole time.
Yeah, I think
that's the only time he's ever. If you actually watch he's done that multiple times. When the jury's brought in, when they're starting the thing, like
because he's trying to gain sympathy. But I think that's a psychotic.
It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just saying what it is. If it's a sympathy prayer, if it's a whatever, it's still what it is. He's saying it's like like it's the victims. Like
it's nasty as fuck. It's nasty as fuck.
If that's how you pray, how is that nasty?
You ain't find a humbler way to pray, bro. You going through a murder case.
Nigga, if you was watching Tory Lanez do the same shit, you would not fucking say
I call that cringy as fuck.
You would not fucking say. You say he's praying, y'all. He's trying. That's not fucking doing this to him.
Blowing kisses like you on the fucking like you just got called through a lineup in the NBA, motherfucking lineup. Like nigga, they doing like a 3-point celebration, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. That nigga is weird. And if Imagine you sitting down in court and this nigga is the potential murderer to your family member. He do that shit. That's some nasty, distasteful ass shit. Like honestly, bro. Honestly, like even if I was his lawyer, I would tell him to stop doing that. That don't look right, bro. You look like a evil fucking person. Then you doing this shit, and after you do it, you halfway smirking. Like you don't even know how that look to public, bro. Like I would like. That nigga looks psychotic, bro.
That's fine. We can say how he looks, but if we're telling you what it is, that's what it is. Yeah, it doesn't look good to do that. But I'm just saying, I'm being literal, like what it is, what he is doing. I'm not saying if the jury likes it, should be snickering with the lady next to him. I'm telling you what it is, like what he's doing. Trail saying he's kissing the fucking to the people. Like you can't be that.
You can call that taunting. You can call that taunting.
Oh my god!
I don't agree with Trail much. I'm not. I don't think you fought. Somebody saying that. I don't think they 100% off by saying some shit like that.
Okay. Comparing Tory's situation to YNW is compared. Wait, what? Oh, you talking about because it's a murder and it's a shot? Like I'm just. The point is in court, nigga. You gotta like, god damn, y'all, bro. Trail and Wardo are like one-dimensional fucking. They can only operate on one-dimensional thought. That's all they can do. They don't know nuance. They operate on one fucking dimension. I'm not comparing the shooting to. I'm just comparing a defendant who has a victim blowing kisses in court. Either one is not gonna look good. Jesus Christ. That's why you got. I'm going on a rant now. And Wardo, I wish you could bring your ass up here actually, because that's why when you on that Spaces, they was on your motherfucking ass, and that nigga ran like. Actually, you know what? I'm dropping the link. You got. I'm sorry, because the niggas can't just be in the chat talking. Like niggas got to get up here and talk. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you, because Wardo was in that motherfucking Spaces, and them little 18-year-old girls had that nigga running away. That girl said, you a dumbass. You don't know what you're talking about. That nigga ended the motherfucking Spaces and ran. I call that. I said, why you in the space? They was on his motherfucking ass.
Hey, if man, you can, my boy a ladies man. He don't be wanting to offend the women.
No, that was it. He created his first space. His first space was, do women benefit more? What did he say? Do women benefit more from double standards in 2023? That was the title of his space. And they got up there and said, okay, nigga, what double standards are you talking about? And Warden started talking about some bullshit. This nigga said, well, genetically, women have a better sense of smell. And they're like, nigga, what the fuck that got to do with anything? Like, what is it? Like, what's the benefit of that? He started saying dumb shit. And then his homies came on there, didn't make it no better for the nigga. They said, you got these fresh and fit talking points. And then he tried to. It was all bad. Or if you can hit the link, nigga. If you don't want to, it's fine. You don't have to. But regardless, that shit was funny as fuck. They was on his ass. So Rare D friend L. I mean, I don't know. I don't know has an L. Like I don't know. You think it's a kiss to the people? I don't. Like that's like you got different conversations. You could say optically, does it look good? That's a conversation to be had. No, I can say no.
But even then,
do I think he's kissing the fucking people at the victims? I don't.
You don't got no proof either way though, so it's hard for anybody to stand on anything.
It's my thought. Like I could just give my opinion. I don't think that's what he's doing.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, to me,
I can't say YNW Melly told me he didn't do. This is my thought.
If you know something can be perceived a certain type of way, and it's a logical like thought, I think you should be careful with it. And the fact that he's still willing to do that and he do that every day and he know that's a possible conversation, it speaks to somebody probably ton. Like, like, bro, you want to be all peace and loving and all this shit, bro. You're a potential like cold-blooded murderer, bro. Get the fuck up out of here with that. To me, it's just like it just screams nasty.
He can look like the other crazy niggas that pray when they on murder trial. But anyway, like I said, see, when I'm defending this, I'm not even defending YNW Melly, because when you actually read the indictment, like clearly everybody in this fucking case lied. My thing is, are they going to be able to prove that he was actually the shooter? I'm trying to figure out if that's because the way they're trying to make it seem is he can't prove. Even the fucking experts, I seen Trey was talking. Look at all the evidence. Motherfucking experts saying there's no evidence that links him to the shooting up to this point. Now, obviously, there's fucking 2 weeks left to trial, so they have a lot to go through, but. Up to this point, they've already experts. You ain't got to listen to me. The experts, criminal, whatever the fuck. They said there's no evidence. Just a bunch of shit being talked about right now. But like I said, if you actually read it, what'd you say?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. My camera quality is terrible right now. Like, fuck it. Maybe it's your bullshit ass projector. But anyways, just listen to me. You don't got to look at me. Just listen to me. But anyways, if you actually read it, right? If you actually read through everything that happened after the fact and in the indictment, so, where'd I go? So he sent Snapchat messages 14 days after the shooting, right? And he said this about the guy who was alive with the Cortland guy. He said to his girlfriend on Snapchat, fucking idiot. He said, this nigga saved my life. Them crackers grab him. It's my fault. And then he said, I keep him with me. He did one of the realest shit of my life. That's what he said in a Snapchat message to the other guy. Now, how would you interpret that? Do you interpret that as because I see, like I'm just thinking about all different scenarios. Because also in the indictment, the police officers they bring up the fact that YNW Melly had a satchel on his hip that looked like it was weighed down. So they're pretty much speculating there was a gun in his satchel, right? And they also said in the other guy, YNW Juvie, he had a satchel on, which they said it's weighed down. So they're kind of alluding to there may be two guns in the car. All right. So either you can interpret that I keep him with me because he did the real shit of my life, which most people assume because he helped him cover up a murder, or he actually fucking saved his life, right? That's those two scenarios you can kind of go with that. More leaning on probably he helped me, kill these niggas. And
I mean, you ain't had no bullets or nothing like that. You ain't like you almost lost your life or anything.
Well, if somebody pull a gun out and I shoot them before they shoot me, then obviously there's not gonna be no bullet. That's maybe a reach.
That's their story or something.
That's not their story at all. The story is it was a drive-by. That's their story.
I'm going off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going with the they killed because he helped me do things. I'm not even going with the really. I'm saying you could think those two things. So Anthony Williams, who's in the front seat, he was shot in the torso and he was shot in the head. Right. Chris Thomas, who's in the back seat with Melly, he was shot in the back multiple times in the head. And if you look at the crime scene photos, when they set up the drive-by shooting and they shot from the back of the car, he was dead, leaned over, right? Because even if you look at the console, there's clearly blood all over the console because he got shot in the head, point blank range. They said he had to have been shot from 3 inches to 3 feet away. So that'd be somebody really close to him. And then he was dead
from the
already.
back of the car.
No, from the side.
Well, it just so happened to hit him in the back.
No, this is what they did. So they shot. So what the police are saying is YNW Melly shot him in the head next to him, like sitting in the like YNW Melly's in the back seat with him. He shoots him in the head, and I guess he shoots the other guy, right? The guy in the front seat. They get out of the car. They pull over on the side road. They get out of the car. They shoot the back of the car to make it try to look like a drive-by.
That's what I'm. So I knew that's what I thought you were saying, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they trying to make it seem like they got shot from behind.
Yeah, they try to make it seem like they got
Which
shot.
what make it unbelievable to me is how the fuck neither one of you get hit then.
Yeah, obviously that's where you like y'all didn't get no scrapes, no bruises, no nothing. Like if you gonna make it real, at least shoot a motherfucker in the arm. Like at least get shot. Like, hey bro, you're gonna have to shoot me. You're gonna have to. Like that may be the only way you could try to make it be believable. If y'all just go unscathed, like y'all didn't get hit at all, and only these two niggas got hit, obviously there's gonna be something fishy going on there. All right. So there was that. And then some guy named Dontavius Withers, whose name is YNW Taliban, he lied to the police and told the police that YNW Melly was riding in the red Jeep or red Mitsubishi or some shit. Because if you look at the studio footage, there's a red car and then there was a Jeep that YNW Melly and the other guys actually got into, the guys that got killed. But there was a guy who was with them at the studio lied and said YNW Melly was in the car with him, which obviously when you get the footage, you can clearly tell it's a lie. He tried to say, oh, well, no. We drove down a little bit and YNW Melly got out the car with them and then he hopped in the car with me. But once they recovered the Snapchat messages, clearly that was a lie. And obviously from cell phone and all this thing. So like, you can't deny YNW Melly was there. There's no way you can deny that. And then that's when Fredo Bang comes into play. Fredo Bang is a rapper. YNW Melly dropped his pen to him after the killing because he didn't want to ride to the hospital with that guy. He went, you take these niggas to the hospital, they did. I'm going to get a ride somewhere else and I'm going to go lay low, right? So they got that drop pin. Fredo Bang was able to
even make sense. Why would you even do something like that?
Like put me into the old bullshit?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
like just leave your homeboy by himself to check everything else, and you just dip off.
That's why he said he did the realest shit of his life for him. That's he like, hey, you do this, nigga. I'm YNW Melly. If you go to jail, nigga, you know how they do. I got the money. I got this. Like I can, finagle the situation for you. But anyways, that's when he brought Fredo Bang into it, right? Because now the prosecutor said we need to speak to Fredo Bang because it's important to highlight what happened. Where did Melly go after the shooting? How did he look? Where did y'all go? We could possibly try to figure out where y'all may have stashed the gun or the clothes or whatever. But he got his lawyer to plead the fifth. And they offered him immunity. They offered Fredo Bang immunity. We'll give you immunity. Don't got to worry about it. But he said, okay, y'all will give me immunity. What about Broward County? What about the feds? So clearly there's something more mischievous going on that you're worried about the feds, you're worried about this, you're worried about that.
How is that? I don't get how courts work then. Like, how could he be an accessory to a crime and not have to? How can he plead the fifth he accessory to a crime?
Because he don't want to self-incriminate. You cannot self-incriminate yourself.
I guess.
No, there's that. Are you saying like how does somebody who
but you can't get
a murder not get
but
charged?
you can't get called in the question?
Yeah, you can call me in, but I can still plead the fifth.
And there's nothing they could do.
No, Constitution.
So say you plead the fifth and then he get charged, then what?
And who gets charged? Fredo Bang?
No, YN Melly get charged, and then we want to charge you for being accessory to the crime. Then what can they do? Something like how does that work?
I think you can't charge him because they don't know the extent of his involvement.
If he came and picked the nigga up after he killed him, he got to have blood on him. He got to know something. That's a weird loophole to get off.
Hey, that's what the people said. He plead the fifth. They can't say nothing to him. His lawyers got involved. He good. He's Scott Field.
I don't get how that works at all.
I don't understand it either. But hey, it's the fucking judicial system. So then, I said that they both had on satchels. YNW Melly, YNW Juvie. So Williams, which is the guy who's in the backseat, on the indictment, they were able to confirm that he was shot back to front, which was obviously the shots that they shot from the outside. Then he was shot from left to right, which would mean he got shot, from somebody from the side of him. And then upward, which I don't understand the upward. Like, wouldn't that mean like you got under me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're talking about like YNW Melly is a little guy, unless you're talking about like upward like that, maybe if that's what you mean. But this is the indictment. So that's all the indictment. But what the experts have said so far is like, even the people, the experts they had on the stand haven't really proven that, YNW Melly was the one that did it. So it did not match the wound path. So like the shots they created didn't match the wounds that killed them. So even though y'all did all this extra shooting, like at the side of the car or the back of the car, it doesn't match the pattern of the wounds that actually killed them, which was be the shots to the head. What else I got on there?
Yeah, and I mean,
and the girlfriend, that's pretty much all I saw out of the indictment.
And if it was a drive-by, that implies they was just in the car or maybe kind of walked up and kind of just got out. But maybe they circled the car and shit. But if they circled the car and was that thorough, y'all would have died.
Yeah, y'all got hit too.
Second of all, if it's one where they kind of just drove by and they got hit up, they're not gonna be hit up from behind, side, and front without y'all being hit up as well. Like that's just not gonna happen. Like so, it to me the biggest thing about what you said earlier is like they might not be able to specifically prove that he had the gun and all that shit, but at the end of the day, it's about the jury feeling like was it a possibility that he do it or he did it? And I feel like at some point, just like with the Tory shit, he not gonna get off with that because it's not like even with the Tory shit, no DNA was found, but it was an emotional appeal to the jury.
I just wonder, like my thing, if it's like what you're saying, if it's like they only have to do it like you were there. Well, obviously they could prove he was there. That's not even like a question. Like there's no question about if he was there. Like cell phone records, like him even say, like he even said in the video months later, he did a documentary, and at the end of the documentary, he said, 4 days after the end of this documentary, me and my friends were involved in the drive-by shoot. So he's already confirmed he's been. So that's not even you can't even use that defense, right? But I'm wondering, in Florida law, is it that they have to prove that if you charge me with this, you have to prove I was the actual shooter? But it can't be because I don't want to say that. I got to see what he's actually charged.
Yeah, I get where you're going with that. I get where you're going with that because it's definitely a gray area.
Like how strict, how ingrained are the lines of what you have to be able to?
Even with let's like say that somebody has to figure that it's unreasonable doubt, right? Wouldn't that be the judge job to do that versus like the jury? Like, why wouldn't you even let the jury try to figure out if there's enough evidence or you know what I mean? If there's enough proof for them to make a decision. Like, so how does the reasonable doubt thing end up getting disproven or proven?
Yeah, so they're both charged with first degree murder. So I don't even know how that works. Like if my thing is okay, YNW Melly gets off, does that automatically mean that the other guy gets off?
No, I think they both go down for first degree.
You know what I'm saying? If YNW gets off, like say he did some way, the jury's like, he didn't do this. Does that automatically make the other guy get off?
Oh, possibly, probably not. But I think if one get it, that means the other one could possibly get it too, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the only thing about that is because even the lawyer in his open arguments, his argument was that, what did he say? He said his argument was that they didn't do a thorough enough investigation. That was the defense's opening arguments. Like, you got Cortland Henry, who was YNW Bortland. Why didn't the why didn't the investigation team go to his home after he left the hospital and execute a search warrant? How they know the gun wasn't there? How they know they wouldn't find bloody? Like they were like, why didn't they thoroughly investigate? He's trying to pretty much say they just found they see my client. He's a rapper. He's pretty much clout for the prosecution. That's why they're going there. They're creating him as the person. They didn't fully investigate him. Then he brought up some guy who's in jail was on the phone with his sister, and he kind of detailed the murder. He's like, how does this guy know intimate details about the murder? Why didn't they investigate him? There was an Instagram account that tweeted, I killed 2 of your friends. Y'all went to the guy who owned the account. He told y'all he sold the account to somebody, but y'all didn't go and look into who he sold it to. Like, why didn't y'all he tried to bring into doubt like the whole investigation. Like, y'all didn't thoroughly really investigate anybody but my client at the end of the day. So the possible person could still be out there. So I don't know how that's going to work, but he's trying. That's what he's trying.
And then I say the biggest thing as well that's against YNW, if they try to pin it on the other dude, it's like, well, why that didn't come out in your story? Like, why you ain't been said he shot everybody? Like, if you try to it wasn't me type thing, and it was him.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really use that to me because you lied about the drive-by and all that shit.
I feel like they can't really use any of it because, like I said, everybody lied. The guy who wasn't even in the car with them lied and said that Melly was in the car with him. That's a verifiable lie. YNW Bortland lied, said they had a drive-by. They had the cops searching the area. They said there was a drive-by for hours, walking up and down the block. Didn't find no evidence, no shell casing, no broken glass, no nothing. So they went to an area you said was a shooting, found out you lied about that, then found the actual place.
So that wasn't true?
No, yeah, he lied about it. They went to a place that the guy said they got shot at, some intersection. They're like, there's no shell casings, there's no broken glass. Nobody even reported shots being fired. Yeah, I shot 8-9 times. Like, somebody's going to report it, we assume. And if you look at it, in Houston where like when you're driving kind of like out towards the country, there's like those off little roads like FM 299 where it's like country roads. Like that's where they were at when they actually like killed him. It was like ducked off on some shit. They weren't even on like a main road.
And who would get? What would a drive-by happen out there?
Yeah,
and like
unless you're being followed after the studio, unless you try to pull that, like, we're being followed after the studio. And just to answer Trell's question, the red car, they actually went straight home. They got security footage of them. They went into a gated neighborhood where the security guard verified they got there at this time. And yeah, so the red car did just go straight to the house. Melly and them's car veered off, which you could say gives like you said, maybe more premeditated. Like y'all plan on going this way to kill these niggas. Because why didn't you just go? If you and your homies all go somewhere, y'all on two separate cars, most likely y'all are going to go back home together. Why did y'all veer off this way? So, like I said, it's a long trial. I'm sure they got to bring YNW Borland on the stand. When they probably tear through his ass, pause, it could be, I'm just saying off the first 3 days and what the experts are saying, there's no evidence. Lawyers are saying it's looking kind of shaky.
So
in the first 3 days, it looks
they
shaky.
all in the same trial. Him and his homeboy both in the same trial.
No, YNW Melly is the only one on trial right now.
So who you mean they gonna tear into who ass?
His friend.
Oh, so they can still.
I'm sure they can bring him to. I'm sure they can bring him to testify.
But he still got it. But he still got to go through his own case.
He got his own trial. Yeah, he got his own.
So he still got to be careful about what he say here.
Yeah, and I'm sure he could plead the fifth because you had the right to plead the fifth, so he might just plead the fifth all the time.
And to me personally, I feel like that don't help with the jury. But maybe I'm crazy because I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Not pleading the fifth, but if your homeboy looking shaky, he don't want to say nothing. Like if it was just a drive-by, why you don't want to say nothing? Like you were there, you look sketchy. Is that enough for the jury to be like, we think he did it, or do they have to actually have physical evidence? At this point, I don't know who really judges if there's enough probable.
But that's the thing with the Tory Lanez case. It was like, are they supposed to just assume? Are they supposed to just assume that he did it, or do you have to actually? Because I thought you had to actually like prove it. I didn't know you could just assume it. Like if you could just assume it, then hey, you could just assume it. I thought you had to actually prove it.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's
like
the
with
law.
The Tory Lanez, like with the Tory Lanez jail call. Like, well, what do you think he? Obviously, like I thought you had to be like, no, you have to tell me this is what he's doing here. But obviously, you don't got to do that. So
and I feel like that's between the judge. That shouldn't even be allowed as evidence if you cannot have, if you can't really prove it as like legitimate evidence. Like if it's left to speculations and stuff like that, I feel like the judge shouldn't allow it as like admissible evidence. So I think that's where stuff like that supposed to be kept out of even a trial because it's too up for speculation, and then the jury could be swayed to that. But yeah, I think how we think of the law is not how shit being played for sure.
Yeah. So my thing is, what was their explanation for not going straight home? I want to know what they're They're not gonna say none of that. Melly's definitely not taking the stand either. So we ain't gonna really. I highly doubt he takes the stand.
This was crazy. I didn't know you could not take the stand if like with Tory and shit. I feel like I guess it's the same shit, but I don't know. I feel like it was different just because it wasn't a proven thing that he had it. But like I guess it's not proven with this either. I don't know. I just never thought this deep into it, I guess. I felt like you had to take the stand because it's like, nigga, you're the nigga on trial. Like, we got to question you, bro. Like we got to get your story, but I guess you don't never have to give them a story. Like, you
got the right. You got the right to not take the stand.
I guess so. I just never thought about it like that.
Look at this guy. He's been running from social media all day today.
Oh, well, now you decided to bring me up. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. I'm using my soundboard thing. Can y'all hear that?
No.
Fuck.
We can't hear that. And you're frozen.
Who the fuck
we hear that.
Damn, bitch.
Anyways, what they say. So the better question is why Kelsey talking with Tory after she claims he tried to harm Meg. Oh, we back on the Tory shit. Bryce's cluelessness on how courts work tells me why he thought Tory would get off innocent.
I think most people thought he was going to get off innocent. That's not fair. Like most niggas thought he was going to get off. There was no conclusive evidence throughout that.
Which all niggas thought you needed. Like, bro, that's like the biggest thing. It's like we thought you need conclusive evidence. Like outside of a witness, you need you need at least like 2 or 3 people to corroborate a story. And then if you got evidence of somebody having a gun, you gotta have prints and shit on that, bro. Like that's how shit work. Like with the casing and stuff, wasn't no prints on them shells with the Melly shit.
Not from what they've talked about so far. So no.
So they were like no prints at all, or it's prints that they just can't.
They got fingerprints, but like from the car. They got just fingerprints from the car. They don't got fingerprints from like the bullets. So far, I like said, third day. Who knows if they're gonna bring them tomorrow? The next day, it's supposed to be like 2-week, 3-week trial. So who knows? What is it? Wardu and a soundboard he bought from Africa. Anyway,
can you hear it? Y'all can't hear it for real?
We can't hear it. We got real soundboards, not bullshit.
Nah, only D-Fran can use soundboards. That's what I don't like about these damn things.
We got real ones. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta.
Anyways,
nah, it's only when D-Fran hosting, or when you hosting, you only one that can use them.
Anybody can use them. I use them on Wardu stream.
I got it connected in right
real?
now.
Yeah. I tried it before and you couldn't hear my shit.
But I'm using it through the actual thing that is recording my mic and the sound. It's like it's all on the same thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's all on the same thing. So what is it? Because all you niggas never been to court and seen the workings. Hello, internet niggas at its finest. Okay,
Flying Low. What are you then?
My bad.
For internet niggas,
my bad. But no, even you can say that internet shit. That's how I believe it should work. Like regardless, yeah, internet shit, whatever. That's fine. That's cute. But like, you should have to prove that, I did what you said I did.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, well, we're gonna assume here, we're gonna assume there. And I get it with Tori. Meg pointed them out. They pulled the Kelsey tapes, even though she said that she lied or whatever. They pulled those tapes. She confirmed it in the tapes. Then they got the guy, the white guy on stand. He said he saw Tori with the gun in his hand. It's like, I get it. Like if the charge is just to get Tori shooting the gun, then hey, you got him. Like there's 3 niggas saying he did it. So it's kind of hard for a jury to kind of look over all that. Yeah. But if I was there, I'm like, if I was a juror, I'm like, well, Kelsey, what the fuck she lying about? Like, maybe I'm thinking about too much. I'm thinking like, hey, I need to know a little bit more information. Why didn't y'all tell me about the fight? Why didn't y'all like? That's how I look at the Tory Lanez case. I don't want to get into Tory Lanez shit because he getting sentenced August 7th. He got another 2 months.
Yeah. So how I feel about it, like in this day and
that's
DNA,
not even shine.
When in this day with DNA and shit like this, and where you should be able to find multiple examples of DNA and evidence, bro. I feel like you gotta have some solidified shit, bro.
I don't know why that shit just sound funny. You think I haven't been in court for my peoples? I'm from a place that's easy to get a case. Facts. Like, all right.
No,
Big
that's
rich
cringe.
Town. All right.
No, that was cringe fine, bro.
I'm from a place that's easy to get a case. All right. You got let me put that down. I don't want to get no case myself. My bad. Shit.
That was cringe fine, bro.
That was like trail level type shit.
Yeah, that was on some trail shit.
Anyways, YNW Melly trial, like I said, it's gonna be 2 weeks. We'll see what happens with that.
I know he's getting off. I don't know why we keep talking.
Why you think he's getting off?
The nigga's well connected, bro. Like he got some of the best lawyers. I ain't gonna lie, he's getting off.
Who are the lawyers?
Whoever the fuck it is, I don't know.
How you know that?
I just know he's well connected. If he's doing all that shit in court, I ain't gonna lie. And I think like his lawyer had like this book because she was like trying to whisper some shit to him, and she has a book that said like evil things on it or some shit. I'm like, why are you doing that in court? Like, why are you?
Is it my little evil notes or something like that?
Yeah, like why are you comfortable? Why is that even in the court?
No, she's either they're taunting or she's like blatantly just stupid because that's not good imagery.
Like, and you holding it up so they can see it and like, oh, you trying to whisper? It's like, bro, like come on, bro. I don't know. They must know something I don't, because it seems like they getting off the way.
My nigga was praying. Y'all try to put the
my nigga ain't never prayed.
That nigga was like, not praying, bro. Like, why are you stuck on that one point?
He don't even know how to pray.
That's what I'm saying. His last name is Demons. You talking about praying?
Ain't nothing God about that nigga.
His last name is Demons.
Demons, whatever. Demons.
Ain't nothing. Ain't no God in that nigga.
All right. Yeah, I say, whatever.
That's one demonic spirit.
Are you doing that? Come on, bro.
All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to hold on. Didn't you just tell a story about getting curved from a girl skating?
You?
He's talking about me when I was at the
Oh,
skate
you
game.
with the roller skate thing. What they got to do with that? Yo, that still don't make your thing less cringe. I ain't gonna lie. that doesn't negate the cringeness of the street credibility, whatever you try to portray.
And who
right
ain't got this? Like you 100% on roll up success?
You
Nigga,
100%
get
on
the fuck out of here.
Don't say that, Bryce.
No, I'm
You
being
said
funny.
100% on roll
Like, what
up.
are we talking about? Like, we human, bro. Everybody who's been rejected before. Like, calm down. Unless you
Melly
ain't
get
getting out there.
If Melly
Yeah,
get convicted, which I think he getting.
Oh, he got to get capital.
I think it depends on. I don't know, like, because they can
What
give him.
was-
Got to get capital.
They can
Aren't
give
there
him
like multiple charges that he's getting?
What you mean?
Is it like just one charge?
I think it's just
like,
I think it's charged with first two counts of first degree murder.
That's at least. Ain't that at least 20, 25?
That's life.
25. Yeah.
That's life, automatic.
He
So-
need death sentence.
I'm saying, but he has options of life or death. So which one do you think they're gonna give him, life or death?
He need death.
I would like to assume they would recommend death. Like I would assume so.
Bro, this
He
is all
already been in
time
jail
evil.
for 4 years.
It's up to the jury. It used to be like you had to get 12, I think. Jury, I think it'd be unanimous.
Yeah,
But now
like
they changed the
6.
law in Florida to where it's only 8 people have to
Oh, okay.
recommend the death penalty for you.
Yeah, me personally, why I think that, like, bro, not only you killed your best friend, you did it in cold blood, you planned it, you covered it up, you came up with this whole
Thought you
thing
was
to
gonna get
take
away
him
with
to
it.
the hospital. Like, you showed a certain level of evil, bro. And then you in here fake praying. All this, like, don't show to me. Don't
Man,
show
why
no
he
remorse.
might have been locked. He been in jail for 5 years. He might be locked in with the brothers from Islam. You know,
Nah,
who know
man.
how to talk about to pray like that. I don't know who prays like that, but you know what I'm saying. He might be locked in.
But Fran, you're terrible at trolling, bro.
I'm not trolling. I really think he was praying. I'm not trolling at all.
I don't care what do you think. It's nasty, and that's the last thing I need. Nigga, cry. That's all you should be doing is fucking crying.
You out there laughing and praying and taunting people. Like, come on, bro.
Nah, get that nigga capital murder.
Let me ask y'all something. So he can't even, like, if somebody tells him something funny, he can't
Nah,
laugh. I get
nigga.
optically. I get
But
optically.
Nah.
It's like
if you know that
like,
if you're in
No.
that same situation, are you gonna taunt and cry and like?
I'm like, my nigga, hey, it's been 5 years. I've been thinking about this shit for 5 years, bro. I'm just here. Can we get this shit over
Nah,
with? We've
man,
been sitting this bitch 8 hours a day. It's like, God damn,
It's a time. It's a
That
time.
shit tedious. That shit 8 hours. They sit there 8 hours. Like, God damn. He locked up 24 hours a day. Like, he happy.
And it's plenty of time.
he
It's
get to
plenty
see
of time to
regular
laugh in that
people.
bitch.
He happy. Like, I'm outside. I ain't in the fucking jail cell right now. You know?
Well, you in a jail cell because of your stupid actions. So and ain't no pity on you. So you laughing and trying to. Oh, I got a glimpse of life, nigga. I want to hear that, bro. You need to be humble, apologetic.
He just doing what Tory Lanez was able to do while he was out of jail.
Man, I 100% disagree. But outside of this, the only way this nigga shouldn't get life if he admit to doing it and apologize profusely. Like, that's the only way you should get off. This whole lying, trying to cover shit up still, make us go through this whole trial when you kill 2 niggas. Nah, bro. Trying to appear innocent. Nah, bro. You got to go. Get the fuck up out of here. You're a horrible example of life.
You saying death. You saying
death. Hang that nigga.
Hang him. God damn.
Bro, you know what he did some horrific shit to.
But what if they said what if he killed him because they threatened his mama? That's what that's the streets are saying.
Mom, I'm sorry.
They said they threatened his mama. He said I had to retaliate if they killed my mama. So what do you think about that? What about that aspect of it?
Well, tell us that story then. Stop saying it's a drama.
Well, he can't tell you that story because he gonna get convicted of murder.
Well,
I can't tell you that because he gonna get me.
If they're gonna kill your mama that seriously, then that's cool. But I don't see why you hanging out with niggas in the studio and shit still.
For real.
They just told him in the car, "We're about to kill your mama, nigga." He said, "Go take a left."
Take a left is crazy.
And it was instant. But you know, rest in peace to them dudes. I mean, I get it. He shot him in the head. Like, it's you can't get no, can't get no more sinister than that. Shooting somebody in the head, point blank range. Just can't do it. So
Yo,
anyways,
best friends, man.
Trill said, "I'm coming up." Yeah, okay. Lawyer tells you as soon as you walk in the courtroom, all eyes on every move you make. I think Melly, what do you say? I think Melly get cuffed for life. Streets also said 6ix9ine snitched because they smashed his wifey, but he was snitching as soon as they picked him up. Well, yeah, he snitched because they smashed his wife.
Yeah,
why sound like this? Why you got me on the back TV?
He literally got the TV and the camera.
Lord have mercy.
You gotta work on your setup, bro.
This is what a real projector looks like. Just let you know.
That's fine. How about you make your
wow.
real camera point down and take your hood off? Is it cold in there?
He got a
Are you
projector
scared
in
to
his
show your
room like
face?
it's a
60
classroom.
degrees, my guy.
You said what?
60 degrees.
Tilt your camera down a little bit. We can't see you.
Fuck they gotta do with 60 degrees, nigga.
Oh, Bryce got a hood on too. There we go.
You see
A-Town,
my
let's
whole
get it. What we
face,
got?
though.
What we talking about today?
I got one question for y'all though.
All right, here we go.
Say Melly do beat the case. Y'all think he come back and have a music career?
Yeah, hip hop gonna embrace that nigga. They already want to free him. He gonna be bigger than ever if he beat the case.
sure
This is
that
like
he the same
monumental.
thing
This is
with
monumental hip hop.
And Bobby Smurder.
Nigga, before he went to jail, he had a song with Kanye. Like, y'all not.
I don't know how.
I think he's still really young. I feel like the youth will embrace him. This will show though, like he beat the case, but do look real bad. How like hip hop really does just like embrace like kind of.
If he beat the case, at the end of the day, nobody knows what the fuck happened then. Because I feel like if it's what they said happened, this should be a certain shield case. So if he get off at some point, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't know how good he is musically. To answer your question, that's all.
He's pretty talented.
He's pretty talented. He's pretty
He
good.
had one good song.
His album.
He had a couple.
It's good. Mixed Personalities is good. Murder on My Mind is good. There's a couple other songs that was good on his album.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what I said. I said last time because the dude's dad said that he killed them because they're supposed to get some money for selling the YNW brand, for like $500,000. Melly was supposed to get 200. I think Sack Chasers was supposed to get 200, and Juvie was gonna get 100. And that's why he killed him, because he went the whole pot to himself. I was like, he could have made millions. Like if he did that, he's a fucking idiot, because he could have made millions just being himself, because he was already trajectory to go up that way. I don't know if he never went to jail. I ain't gonna say I don't know if he'd still be relevant today though. I don't know if he'd still be a popping artist right now, but can't really predict that at this point.
He would have had a better chance than to do now, but
well, yeah, of course, especially coming off the back of the Kanye shit.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being over some money like that, but I don't know. I think that's hella stupid because you have so much potential, like you said.
Yeah.
Don't forget, one of his homeboys punched him in the face too 2 days before.
Oh yeah, his dad did say he got beat up or something like that. To shoot
One
your
of the
friend,
dudes?
shooting your friend in the face for beating you up is crazy. Like that's OD. Like that's another reason where you probably should get the death penalty, because obviously you don't have the wherewithal to distinguish those two situations.
Yeah,
You got beat up to kill.
He probably got beat up bad, bro, and that fucked with him mentally.
I mean, his last name is Demons. I'm gonna call him Demons. I don't care if it's the boss.
Demons. Jamel Demons.
It's Demons to me. I don't care, bro.
Demons.
Yeah. I feel you on that one.
The way he talking is Demons, bro.
There ain't no coincidence.
Like demons. Like, nah, bro. You do something like that, that's insane.
He was gonna snitch the whole time, regardless. Although he's not like that. Just like Wardo ain't like that when it comes to holding it down with the women. Ooh, man! I really wish.
Look how Flying tries to transition into that.
Fuck all that. I really wish when Wardo sent that message in Twitter to get on his space, y'all would have came to that space, because it was just fucking.
Hey, Wardo, when you want to have a red pill conversation, bro, just
I kind of wanted you there, Bryce. I'm not gonna
he
lie.
sent the thing. He sent the link. He sent the link.
I probably was asleep.
He sent the link and you left him hanging. I was up there as the co-host, but I was just bringing niggas up.
Yeah, he did. The friend didn't help at all. You know his liberal ass ain't gonna help me at all, nigga.
Wardo,
you had talking shit about Sneeko and Myron.
I would have had your back, but you was saying dumb shit.
I wasn't saying dumb shit.
You were saying shit like men are in prison. Men are in prison more than women. Like, nigga, duh. Like, I can't defend that.
There's benefits to being a woman, and there's double standards that.
Well, no, you said women benefit more from double standards, right? And that you could have had a good conversation. They said
there was nuance into the conversation.
It wasn't just that nigga Wardo said something about they got better sense of smell. I said, Wardo, what the
friend? Do you agree? Do you actually agree?
But what does that got to do with the double? Like,
no,
why
I'm asking in general. If the actual question, instead of like using all the intangibles and all the yada, do you, DeFran? What do you think?
Do I think they benefit? Yeah, they benefit from double standards.
Okay, thank you. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're making it seem like, oh my god, you saying all this?
But when it comes to shit like that, it's like I told.
But you agreed the entire time.
No. It's like what I told Bryce about. Like, I don't think he could debate Destiny, because I was like, you could say something, but when you say that, you made a statement. Now they want you to prove your statement. Okay, you said something, nigga. Now what do you mean by that? and then you start talking about senses and they can smell better and all this type of shit. Like,
niggas using a bunch
Nigga,
of
I would,
semantics to try to
nigga. If I debate anybody, I'm coming with nothing but facts, bro. And I'm doing
niggas
my
gonna
research.
start just,
You
like,
couldn't come with
million
me
different
with
tangents in
debating.
many different directions.
Stop.
Like, bro,
We
stay
came
on
off-
the fucking topic. Like,
Nigga, we came off the hip. I ain't had time to do research.
and friend,
But
if you agree, like, what's the point of me having to explain it? Like,
because
if you know there's clear,
'Cause you gotta explain it to other
you
people.
gotta explain to other
I
people.
did though.
You started bringing up smells and shit.
Yeah, because those are advantages that they have over men.
But that's a
That's
genetic
that's-
event. That's not
yeah.
a double standard.
And it's like a double
know, but
standard that
there's-
nobody really care about.
And
And then y'all talking about the club.
Like
girls
you
in the
could have
club.
used like chords that like women has a double
Yeah, you
standard.
can use
in
like
family
real
chord.
shit like that. But
Women
you
have a
saying
double
shit like
standard and
women
looks,
able to get into the club
That
for
is
free.
kind
pretty
of
like,
privilege.
you know.
I mentioned that. I mentioned all the shit you're saying right now.
You mentioned privilege. You mentioned pretty.
I mentioned a whole bunch of shit. Just the Fran just only talking
You
about.
mentioned
No, you
family
bro.
courts.
You're only talking about
Every-
the points
I
that the
can
women
tell
were
you
actually trying to get
I
at.
can tell you
before,
everything you brought up. You brought up
all the
prison.
shit you're talking about, I
You brought
mentioned
up,
in the space.
you brought up prison, right? You brought up prison. Obviously, men commit more crimes than women.
I had an entire list of 20
Now, if you
different things.
said that women who commit the same crime as men get less harsh sentences, that would have been like, okay, that's a double standard. But you didn't say that. You
I don't
said
even think
there's
you
more
were
men in
listening.
prison. Like,
I don't
duh,
even think
nigga,
you
we
were
know
listening.
that. And then you said you brought up the smell. They smell better or some shit about them being able to smell
I
stuff.
said some of them are genetic too. Like there's benefits, not just double standards. There's benefits to being a woman as well, to where you can argue women are.
And
superior
then
to
you
men.
said, then the one, what's the one you said?
I added context.
Let me
into
hear.
it. You're just
Let
trying
me
to
hear if
conflate
I
it to
even
make it
agree
seem
with your
linear.
whole point. What was your overall like? What was the overall point?
The overall point was not only do most double standards in the world benefit women, they're like even there's certain things to where you could argue that women are superior than men, genetically and biologically too as well.
That was your
I mentioned-
point.
That
I
was the main
disagree with
point.
that one. Is it
Oh,
a
really?
double standard or genetically better?
No, I'm saying those are two separate points. They're two separate points.
But my point is, when
The
they
title
ask
of
you-
the space was okay. The title
that's
of
where
the
you
space.
fucked up. When the girl said,
give me the
war
title
do-
of the space.
The girl said, war, the title of the space was, do women benefit more from double standards in 2023? Yeah, obviously. And then when they said war do, what are the other benefits? The nigga said, well, they could smell good. What the fuck you bringing that up?
I answer the
It's
question.
not that they
Me
can smell
personally,
good. They have like literal.
They have better
olfactory
senses of
lobes.
smell or some shit you said.
Yes.
so and I agree with you. They do smell better, but that wouldn't have been the
Dumbing
point I
down my
used.
point.
But
That, you said
it's a crazy point.
He
to
didn't
use.
say it smell better. When I said he said they smell better,
Smell
they have a
better.
better sense of smell. Which like, what the fuck?
They
I
have
do
more
with double
sensitive
standard?
olfactory lobes. I'm not. That has nothing to do with the double standard. I'm talking about like actual benefits to being a woman.
But that's
to
what I'm
being a
saying.
man.
They didn't ask you what's benefits to being a woman. They asked you
But
what are the
that
benefits
was a
of the
point that
double
I brought up.
standards.
It was a point. It was a space that I hosted, so clearly I was bringing up different points.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
yeah,
just
yeah,
that
that's-
question
it
because
sound like that
apparently
was-
no one wanted no one actually wanted to answer the fucking question.
And
So
then
I'm
his
like,
homies
okay.
came in. His homies came in. They started cooking his ass, and then it all went down here. Like once
And-
Omar
and-
got up
just
there,
came.
once Omar got up there, and he started like,
Oh
was just
yeah, I know he
ladies.
wasn't gonna help.
ladies,
Yeah, he
let,
was just
let
pandering, it's
ladies, let him answer the question. And then he was like saying the shit he was saying. And
I
then
know he not
Warder,
gonna help
then
you.
Warder muted everybody and said, "Let me talk." And then he started doing people one by one. And it got to some random chick, and she just started like going crazy. Like, you're a dumbass, broke niggas. That or something. She was like, they ain't had nothing to do with this fucking thing.
You could
And
have
then
brought
Warder-
that standard up too.
And then Warder just ended the whole shit. It's like
I'm not
when you
arguing with females,
when
bro.
your back against the wall, the nigga just ended the whole. It just said space ended. That's what made it
I'm not
worse.
Hey, man, I don't
I'm not
blame you,
arguing
bro.
with females, bro.
I don't blame you, bro. It just looked crazy though. I ain't
It
gonna lie
looked
to you.
crazy. And then his homeboy started a space that said El Wardu. And they got in this, and then they got into space, and then the dudes started clowning the girls about working at like a student library because they was like 18 or some shit. And they said, "Why are you job shaming? What y'all was just over here talking about broke niggas, and then now y'all over here
So they
crying about
defended you a
job
little
shaming."
bit.
That was a double standard you could brought up. When that girl called you a bitch and you can't call her a bitch, that's a double standard.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I was
thought
saying.
you knew her.
You
I don't know, I
coulda
thought
used
you knew
that.
her. That's why I thought she said that.
Women can say a lot more shit that's vulgar to a man than a man can say a woman. But nah, me personally, to answer your question,
Nah,
I don't really think
this is on Twitter Spaces.
I don't really think that the dumber standard at this point just honestly just benefit women, because at the end of the day, you talk about like
I said more. Who benefits more?
that's
Obviously, men have
subjective to me. It's subjective because like that's like
Really?
saying if a kid don't get whoopings versus a kid that do get whoopings, who technically have a better results or something like that. Like, because ultimately they didn't get whoopings, but it's gonna lead to better, worse results because they didn't get, reprimanded or get punished. You know what I mean? So you can have these double standards, but it still leads to bad results. Versus other men, we don't have it easy, but that leads to us having better character. That leads to us having better ways of life because we don't have these easy way out. Like, to a degree. So I don't know. I think it's a little subjective. Like, and then the reason they got double standard is because it helped for more of their survival. Like versus a man, like that just we don't really look for help like that, and that's our nature.
So yeah,
to a degree.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they benefit from that more than men. Like I don't know how you could disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's an argument, but benefit is subjective.
I don't think.
So we have our double standard.
I'm only talking about nowadays. I'm not talking about in the past. Like back then, obviously, like women didn't have rights and shit. But like nowadays, it's like there's a lot of benefits to being a woman now.
But I think the thing about staying on your argument is, I'm sure somebody could probably find benefits that men get from a double standard that they'd be like, well, this is more beneficial for men. And
I never said that men don't have benefits from double standard. I'm saying who has more.
I don't have period. And even when you said genetically, nigga, I don't have periods. I don't have to deal with emotional. I don't have to deal with emotional things a lot. Like we deal with it, but they deal with it even more. So it's like, it's benefits and negatives on both sides. So I don't know. Well,
when you start your oh my bad, what'd you say?
No, I just said so-called negatives. My bad.
No, only time I'm doing the spaces when it's music related. I'm not doing no
fucking I'm not doing no real world shit no more.
And if I do, Bryce gotta be there because I gotta have someone that has like.
I would have had your back. It's just when you said what you said.
I
was like,
I can't. No, you weren't. They're friends. Stop.
No, I did have your back actually because the girl said we can't walk home from the clubs, and I said, men like get violent acts against them way more than women do. So like that's not even that's a dumb thing.
Yeah, that's
because she's bringing up women get raped, I guess, but like men still get attacked more at clubs, they get killed more at clubs. So it's like that's not a good.
But the fact that she brought that up, that had nothing to do with the actual conversation. The conversation was clubs, they let women get in for free because they know men pay to get into the club because who wants to go to a club with all men? So there's an incentive to let women get into the club for free.
But what she tried to do is like double standard. She got double standard. You're double standard. Like, okay, well, you're saying women get in the club for free, and that's our thing. But y'all's thing is y'all don't get assaulted in the club. Like she was trying to like do that type of like, well, we have this double standard, but y'all have this double standard. She was trying to. But you gotta know when you're getting Twitter debates or just debates with anybody, niggas gonna pull up any thing to kind of.
They're not gonna know what they're talking about.
Get their shit out of time. Yeah. So. What Flying Low said, women will always benefit because there's more simps and goofies who want to save women than not. Okay.
I don't know how you could argue that a man has more benefits from being a man compared to a woman nowadays. There's no like we have to hold ourselves accountable. Women don't necessarily have to. So that's
a good double standard. Like that's
that in itself.
but holding yourself accountable, that's a double standard. That's a luxury for us. Like. Yeah. The fact that we hold ourselves accountable leads to good results for us. Like versus the dude that don't hold himself accountable.
But if we're
that's not a good thing. Like if you see a dude not holding himself accountable, you don't be like, damn, I want to be like him.
Yeah, but that
so it's like a double standard where it's like a double standard that hurts them though, to a degree.
It hurts them?
Yeah, not being able to hold yourself accountable is not a good thing. So it's like it's a double standard, but it's like
society doesn't like shame them for not holding themselves accountable.
Life does though. Life will
humble. Do you think more so than a man?
Yeah, for sure. It ain't no different. They end up just as homeless these days. They end up single with a bunch of kids. Like, yeah, they life don't be great. It ain't like if you look at their life and their results, like, no, they ain't.
So with the Sukihana shit, do you think she like you remember saw when she was like twerking on the 10-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everybody called her out for that.
No one held her accountable.
Yeah, but I mean, she should have been canceled for some shit like this.
Because if that was a man, it would have been a.
Oh, you're saying like, okay, she should have been completely canceled from like, okay, yeah.
Exactly. If that was a man in that situation, they would have held him accountable because it's a woman.
Yeah, in that aspect, yeah, but the I think with how they say Murphy Law, the error of her way is gonna eventually get to her. Like
it might take longer than a man. If that was a man, the nigga would probably be in jail. It's a woman. She's just doing what she wants to do. She can do what she wants.
That's subjective, though. I ain't gonna lie, that's subjective because a lot of niggas be getting away with shit for a minute.
Bro,
Trill said you got breaking news to announce. It's probably
all right. Breaking news.
Some stupid.
End of
shit.
2020, 3, me and Wardo doing a rap.
A rap. Oh, like
Yep,
for the end of the year.
music.
Do a rap so bad. He wants to be on that top.
He wanna be on the
top
panel.
10. Yeah, he want
You're
to
gonna be on the panel. Well, we can segue off the woman shit because you know us. We get to talk about topic. We're gonna be in that bitch forever. We can get to it. How do y'all feel about that article? I don't know if it was an article, it was a tweet or something, where it was like, this is the first time in 30 years that for the first half of the year there's been no number one rap song, number one rap album. Is rap this year officially dead, or what's going on with rap this year?
I don't think it's dead. It's just no one's really dropped. No A-tier artist has really dropped. Lil Baby hasn't really dropped. I don't consider Lil Durk an A-tier artist, so he
Everybody's
dropped.
scared.
Yeah, but
I don't think they're scared.
You're
I think
still
they're just
right.
waiting
It's
for
not a
the
lot
right
of people.
time. Yeah, Travis is gonna drop. Accordingly, is
Allegedly.
not A-tier, but J. Cole's gonna drop. I'm pretty sure Drake will drop near the end of the year, maybe after.
But
his tour.
that's albums though. You said singles too though.
Yeah, no number one singles. I mean, but still nobody's dropping. Then.
Nah, but even then, that's not like even if you're not dropping albums, this nigga still should be dropping good hits, good singles. Like not to have. We halfway through the year and we don't have one. That's crazy.
Who dropped last year? Like in total. So Future dropped last year. Gunna dropped last year.
Future, Gunna, Durk,
Drake,
Baby, Rod Wave, Drake, 21.
DJ Khaled,
Kendrick.
Are we really expecting any of those guys to drop this year? Besides maybe Drake.
I'm sure Future about to drop some shit.
Metro. I guess you can count that. That's what Metro. But
21 could drop. Lil Baby could drop.
Lil Baby could drop.
Lil Baby young. Like I said, I expect one a year from a Lil Baby.
Baby better drop some.
21 gonna say the year.
Yeah, but that's even then like what you.
I like 21, but nigga, you be gassing. See, you know you like somebody, but a nigga just gas him too much. Like it's like
how?
Like I ain't never think different to say that.
Like bro, I love 21, but the way he be gas like this, like I never would think that 21 gonna like save the year.
I mean, if we're comparing 21 sales to Lil Baby sales,
he saved last year.
No,
if it weren't for 21, last year would have been a big ass flop.
Well,
Future had a great year. Dirk had a great year.
Dirk was all right. He had one good song.
Dirk was all right.
Gunna album was good.
Don't even
remember it.
Okay.
Nah, you don't remember? Okay. All right. I see where we're going. I mean, if we're comparing 21 sales in general to Lil Babies, and they're both A tier.
Bro. I'm just talking about
21.
Let's just talk about good music, bro.
Hold on. I gotta hear what he's about to say. He's about to say some stupid shit or something because I always, Ward always
what are you
throwing
talking
out
about?
numbers.
No, I can get
sales.
I mean, I could bring up sales and streams.
But what are you about to say?
Oh, if you let me finish instead of
okay,
cutting me off. See, that's the problem. That's part of y'all problem. Y'all don't let me finish, nigga.
My bad. I cut you off. Go ahead, man.
You could argue because I think I seen somebody say 21. He has more stream. Huh?
I'm letting you go. But you about to quote this dumbass nigga. Please go.
Because like 21, I'm pretty sure has more stream listeners on Spotify than Lil Baby.
Yeah, like what, 37 million or 57 million?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure 21 has like 57.
You can clearly see why.
So why are you saying that?
And he sells more.
No, he doesn't sell more. Why are you saying he sells more? Hold on. We gotta, because this is the narrative. You got the narrative from the nigga who said they was about to kill each other, Lil Baby and him. Like, he sold at 450,000 because he's with Drake. Let's stop the bullshit. He didn't do 450 by his fucking self. He has 57 million, not because of just solely 21 Savage music. It's tied in with Drake's music. Like, stop the bullshit. Lil Baby got 31 by himself. He got 57.
So you think one album did that?
Yeah, we talking about Drake.
As far as like his monthly listeners.
Think about it. He is Drake. And
as far as his monthly listeners on Spotify, you think Her Loss did that for him?
Yes. I would never listen to 20. I would never listen to anything from 21, but he getting plays because of me because I listen to Her Loss.
You think 21 Savage by himself has 57 million listeners?
What the fuck I got to do anything?
And then also, which is to credit to him, but as also he got that song with The Weeknd that's been going crazy all year.
Trell. What was that millions album that had the J. Cole song on it? What album was it?
I'm Greater Than I Was.
How much did that sell first week? Because I feel like the friend just be talking.
No pun intended.
It didn't do that for.
We're not even talking about Her Loss. Like we can talk about
400.
Well, I just want to hear what
it probably didn't even do 200.
Because I'm talking about monthly listeners.
No, did 131.
Okay. And then what did Her Loss do?
450.
It did like 450. Okay. So like, you think
you know it's the Drake? Like what we do? Like don't. No, come on.
No, I'm just saying like you're saying Lil Baby is just like what? Like he's more musically relevant than 21?
There's not no Drake.
No, I
stimulus.
didn't
What
say
the
that. I didn't. But they could.
That's
be
what I
on
was trying to
the same
figure out
level.
what you were saying.
My thing is what
You
you're
don't
trying
think
to
it's a
make it
Drake
seem like
song?
you're trying to make it seem like he's like because he has 57. Like clearly that's a Drake effect. Like it's not. If Lil Baby drop an album with Drake, like let's not be fucking ridiculous. Like come on. Like come on.
Trill, what do you
It's
have
like
to
the
say?
Joe Rogan
That was
stimulus.
more like a 21 stimulus for Drake.
All right.
When have Drake
Anyway.
never did 400?
Honestly,
When
never mind.
has Drake ever did 400?
It's rare he don't do 400. How many times has Lil 21 ever did 400?
Honestly,
I
never
don't
mind.
think 21
200.
Savage ever
Says he got
cracked
too many
200
haters,
before.
bro.
Honestly,
Too
never
many
minded
haters. Niggas
200.
crazy.
So I don't
Like
know.
Drake
what
ain't
that-
got Drake got more haters than 21.
Nah.
Yeah, because he's better.
Yes.
Like usually,
Yes,
if you're
stop
better,
it.
you
We
have
haven't
more
seen
hate.
this next generation, next big artist. Yeah, that's true. We talk about that all the
21.
time.
Yeah, but that's my biggest point. Even outside of somebody dropping albums and shit, like usually people will get the just kind of get the temperature kind of going as far as their music. It was just dropping songs throughout the beginning of the year, bro. And it's halfway through the year, and we ain't really got no bangers. Like personally, what's the best song of the year? Ice Spice.
Ice
What we
Ice
Spice.
talking
Spice, yeah, Princess Diana. So
Princess
far.
That's the
Diana.
best song of the year, or the shit with Lotto and
You can
Oh
say
no,
all-
that put on the put it on the floor shit is harder than the Ice
That's
Spice.
in my
I know.
top three. That's in my
That
top
shit
three.
stuck. My wife don't hate me, but I don't know. That shit been stuck in my head. She a Nicki Minaj fan, but
You're-
you know, that
you're right
shit
right
been
there.
stuck in my head for like.
And
I
I
don't know,
think
the
it's
Cardi,
a good
I thought the
song.
Cardi shit was trash, but now I don't know. That shit just like it just be ringing off in my
Nah,
fucking
I
head.
Like,
didn't-
keep it a
think it was
stack.
trash.
I didn't know I got bands.
But regardless, speaking of that, it's like, do y'all think that the J. Cole and Dirk shit kind of like moved on already? Like it's not that big. Like all my life, like they thought it was gonna be this big like thing. It's
shit
kind of just like,
Bro, you can't live off one
Eh.
hit, bro. Not in this day and age. You should have came
Well,
with like
again,
with Drake.
I've mentioned this since like a couple, like the last 2 months. Like Travis is gonna drop. I know the Dicker friend is like, oh, it don't matter how much Travis is gonna drop. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be at least 3 singles or 3 songs off that album that are more impactful than All My Life. So clearly, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
All My Life
be
is-
ready to come with more than just one to me.
And
Even
J.
with
Cole gonna
Drake,
drop too. So you know.
even with Drake, like he'll drop something and he'll drop 3-4 songs and he trying to get them all to kind of pop, but he expect for at least like 2 out of the 3. Sometimes it be all 3. Like the last time we had with Rick Ross, the one with Lil Baby. I think it was Once in Need, something else. The shit with Rick Ross and something else. But I feel like you gotta try to be coming with at least 2 or 3 hits, bro, on the album that you ready to like push the front. Like you got to.
Who's expected to drop?
Even if one lose a little steam, the other one could be kind of popping a little bit. Would kind of keep each other up. I don't know.
I
Bro.
mean,
you can't live off one
Future last year he had Wait for You and he had the other one, the Love You
Chickens.
Better.
And he still had Chickens too. Chickens was on. The
I actually
radio.
like Chickens. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like Chickens now.
When you talking shit about Chickens last year?
I was.
And he had the one everybody
Hold on.
said was the old school Future shit.
Which yeah. I love that song. What's that song called? I don't even remember what the fuck it's called now.
Weren't y'all
Yeah,
trying to
like-
gas up Puffin' on Zooties for like the
Puffin' on
Yeah,
Zooties.
that's
That's
what
what
it
it was.
was.
Yeah, big record,
And-
best record.
That
of the
shit
year.
Bro, he had so many on.
Hey,
I'm
I
not
got a
gonna
question
get
for y'all.
Shit,
I had this argument with my coworker. All right, my argument is that this past Future album is the best album he ever had. Somebody else said DS2 was the best. Which one?
I could argue it to be top 3. I don't say it's his
Yeah,
best.
I don't think it's the best one.
You could argue.
I
top
asked,
3.
Bryce more of a Future like overall his whole
brother.
career connoisseur, so you probably ask him more
Let
than
me.
me.
Let
Are
me.
you putting in mixtapes too, or are you just
Let
putting in
me-
albums?
Let me.
'Cause I think the Monsters, 56 Nights, and all shit like that. Like that shit,
Yeah, Monster.
some of that shit
is
can't be
definitely
top.
up
Like
there.
some of that shit's like. But if you talking about albums, yeah, DS2 is probably his like.
If we going pure albums, I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to say. I wouldn't call it the best, but I wouldn't be mad at somebody that did. It's up there. It's up there.
DS2 or the last
The new
album?
one. The new one. I think it's up there. I ain't gonna lie. It may be not as impactful because he was in his prime when DS2
He was in his prime
dropped.
when DS2. That was like everything came together. That was like the perfect moment. And it was like,
But
Honestly, the best
musically,
album since 2017.
and I know some people that'll say Future Hendrix with the Yellow and White album might be, if you put them together,
Yeah.
that might be his best shit. I probably
I think
would probably
Future.
put.
Yeah.
I
Self-titled's
probably put
probably
this.
like it's up there
I-
because
I
Mask
probably
Off was
put that
on there.
last one.
Yeah, for sure. DS2, probably Future, and then this shit. The what's it called? Never liked you.
Honestly,
Some
I
shit.
never liked you.
Yeah, I
I
think those
probably
are like
put that
my
at
top.
3.
Yeah, I probably put at 3 too.
Oh, Meek Mill's about to drop. Excited
Oh,
about that.
finally, he better. I hope he does more than 90K.
Clap it up for Meek Mill.
Meek Mill be lucky to even sell more than 30K.
I hope he does more than 90K. Like, because the label don't fuck with him. Clearly,
if Kodak couldn't do more than 23,
that's why he dropped that
What do you expect
mixtape,
Meek
because
to
he
do?
knows.
What do you mean if Kodak only did 23? Why would when is Meek Mill and Kodak ever sold in the same fucking vicinity in life?
Yeah, you true.
Meek Mill has fell off, bro.
Not to that level.
But Meek Mill
He's still gonna sell more than Kodak.
People care
Just
about
'cause he's
Kodak
Meek.
more than they do Meek.
Yeah, Spencer
It looks
Payne was
like that on the
95.
internet. Meek Mill came up when niggas were actually really fans of people, not
Bro,
just like
I don't know
niggas
the
just
last
run
time
around
I
and don't
cared
be
to
fans
listen
of
to
people.
Meek Mill.
His last album
That's
went 75 first week.
I'm not
Last
gonna lie,
album
ever
what?
since
95
Did he have a
first
Drake
week.
feature on that one though? The Drake
Not the
Sting?
last album.
Spencer
And
Payne didn't have a Drake feature.
Champions had almost 230. It was at 229,
Championships was like another level. You know what I'm saying?
and that was recently. I mean, that's the last 5 years.
You know,
Right,
Trust
me.
5 years.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
change my take. I'm gonna say he doesn't sell more than 50K.
he probably did like 75.
If he with no
So
single,
Coil Ray's dropping.
with no single, I could see 75. If he drop a single or two, I could see him going up 100. When he supposed to be dropping though?
He just been like, having them stream niggas posted snippets, and he been tweeting about shit. Y'all forgot about me or whatever some shit he was saying. But nigga just dropped shit.
Nah, he know he fell off.
I think niggas waiting for them bundles to come back. That's what it is. Once the bundles get
When is-
activated, that's when everybody.
When
gonna
does
start
that
dropping.
kick
June 30th.
in?
June 30th. That's when niggas gonna start
When is
dropping
that?
music.
June 30th.
And YB still gonna have 100 or less.
That's why Uzi said I'm gonna drop at the end of the month. That nigga Uzi think he's slick, bro. Uzi think he's slick.
Do you get
Uzi
profit
like,
on
yeah, I'm
selling
gonna drop at the end of
100K?
the month.
Why
bro.
do
All
sales matter to listeners?
For sure.
Sales
makes
matter to
sense.
listeners just because it just show like how in demand you are. You know, that's all. It's just
It
like
shows
it's just
your
it doesn't
actual-
like sales don't necessarily predicated the music sounds good. Because niggas don't sell no music that make good album. But when you go argue the top niggas, if I'm gonna argue against Kendrick, I'm gonna use sales. I don't go fuck because I don't think Drake make bad music. So if I'm argue Drake and Kendrick, I'm like, okay, these both niggas make good music. Who sell more? This is a metric to use in the fucking argument of who's the best.
And
you talking
usually,
about, like,
the more you
low-tier niggas-
sell, the more you sell first week, that kind of shows how much you can fill up a stadium. If you were to do a stadium or like a tour, that would kind of dictate or show you how much they could actually put butts in the seats. Like Taylor Swift doing 1 million first week, it's like, yeah, she sells a lot, and kind of like in terms of ticket sales, like she's up there for sure.
It definitely correlates to a degree.
Like Bad Bunny,
Bro,
you know, Bad Bunny.
it's a
Burna Boy.
competitive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need something to
I mean, it
compete.
depends, because my nigga, like I said, I got that's the upper Post Malone right there. I got to bring in my boy Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran only did 111, but Ed Sheeran doing stadiums, so it's a different level. Just depends.
I don't know. That I don't know. It might be different with pop compared to hip hop. If it's hip hop, it's like you can clearly see, like, okay, J. Cole sells, Drake sells, Kendrick sells, Travis sells, but everybody else is like,
And I ain't gonna lie, a pop hit is different than a rap hit too, because a pop hit, that hoe might be played in the mall. That hoe might be played like in different places. There, some rap songs might not get that same play. Like some rap songs get played in the stadiums and stuff like that, but it's a select few, and it be censored and stuff like that. I feel like a pop hit worth more than a rap hit when you talk about money wise. So they may do 100K first week, but if he got a hit or two on that album, he gonna still do good over the long term.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking about correlation just to like ticket people going to your tour. Did you just dispute this sale versus real ticket sales? Didn't I just dispute it?
I
just said I don't think it has a direct correlation because Ed Sheeran only does 100, but he can sell stadiums. I feel like that's the real metric. That's the real. At least that's what I say. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, is Ice Spice a superstar? And I was like, maybe like a social media online super. But I don't think she's like a real superstar because I don't think she could sell out arenas. So like I did. If you can sell out arenas, I'll put you more on a superstar like level or like stadiums. That's the real superstars. You can be an internet like sensation. She's an internet sensation. That's what I say about Ice Spice. I don't think she's a superstar.
Yeah.
Superstars
And
sell out stadiums on their own. That's the superstar. Or not arenas and stadiums.
Yeah, first week sales not a direct correlation, but I also bet she just like she can't do arenas. I bet she ain't gonna sell over 100K first week either.
No, she's not.
It be going hand to hand most of the time.
Yeah.
So like the notable people that dropped this year have been what Young Boy, Ice Spice, Trippie Redd, Kevin Gates. It's not looking good, brother. Shy Glizzy, Smoke Perp, Jay Critch, shout out Jay Critch, Metro, Baby Tron,
Young
Black
Nudie. Nobody give a
Youngster,
fuck about that album.
Don
no,
Toliver,
stop it.
Logic,
Stop it.
Freddie Bang, Fredo Bang, Young Nudie,
Moneybag, 2C.
Moneybag, 2C, Rich, Real Boston Richie. I'm dead. Yeah, it's been kind of mid so
Yeah,
far.
nobody.
This is
Nobody.
And even if it is nobody, bro, these people are all artists that had the potential to still make some type of hit. Like none of y'all got a hit in y'all. Out of all them names, none of y'all got a hit in y'all.
Nah, Nudie got a hit right now.
Oh my god.
Peaches
Bro,
and
this nigga
Eggplant
need-
isn't a hit.
Young Nudie didn't even crack the Billboard 200. Like,
You want to
that
play
nigga
the
don't
song?
got-
D-Fran, play. Let's play his hit, D-Fran. Let's play. What's the hit?
Peaches and
They play that
Eggplant
shit with 21 Savage. Yeah, play what's that shit called?
Play the hit right now. I want to hear
with
the
the
hit.
goat.
Young Nudie got like one certified. Well, I won't say certified, but it's like I think his most notable song. It's the one with 21. It came out like 4 years ago.
You
I'm
want
talking
to play some
about right
4-year-old
now.
shit?
What?
I'm talking about right now.
Right now, yeah, he ain't got no. Me personally,
You talking
Nudie
about
got
peaches?
multiple
You talking about
hits.
peaches and eggplants?
Yeah. Nudie has multiple hits.
No, he doesn't.
multiple hits is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, okay. This song, I will say, like, I don't be in clubs, but when I watch niggas do club shit on Instagram, they do be playing this little shit. But they only play 21 Savage. They don't play this nigga part.
It's not a
There's
hit.
like a hole in the wall. There's like a hole in the wall.
That's not a hit.
It's a
You
hit in the
tripping,
club.
Bryce. You just ain't out.
It's a hit in the club. That's what it is.
Nah, that's fine. But bro, I'm talking about.
You know, when we talking about
the
hits, we talking
conversation
about, like,
we've been
I mean,
talking
it's
about.
hip hop, bro.
Ain't
It's
no
what people
number
have
one. No excuse, bro. We ain't had hip hop been around for decades.
When the last
and
time you
niggas-
seen a number one hit in hip hop?
when our niggas was dropping?
Who?
A number one hit in hip hop.
2016, 17, maybe 18.
Hell nah.
boy,
You crazy.
y'all niggas be saying
A
shit.
number one hit in hip hop.
Crazy. Last year, nigga.
It happens a lot more than you're saying, bro. Like it happens quite
It
frequently.
happened
This
last year.
The Wait
last
for You.
year.
That's about it. What Wait for You and Dirk's
really?
hit. What happened to Virgil? Besides
Roddy
that,
Rich
who
had a
else?
number one hit. The Baby had a number one hit.
When was the last time he had a number one hit?
You just said there was no. You said 2016. I'm just naming hits that have happened.
No, I'm saying where it's
Yeah.
like
Like
more than
last
one or
year.
two hits in that whole year.
So in what 1 year?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like for example,
2021.
2016, where there was multiple hits in that year.
Yeah, you tripping.
2018. The fuck?
Like I said,
2018, 20,
So last
2019.
year, Nicki
You could argue
Minaj had number
2019.
one. Nicki Minaj had number one song. Drake had a number one song. Let's see. Nicki Minaj had number one. Drake had a number one.
You could say 2018 and 2019. What are you talking about? Didn't-
Future had a
shit
number
come out.
Who
one.
keep doing all that knocking shit? Somebody keep dropping something.
Jack Harlow had a number one.
I don't hear shit.
So there were 4 people in rap last year that had number one song. Drake, Jack Harlow, Future, and Nicki Minaj.
you talking about songs that peaked at number one, actually number one hits.
I mean-
That makes sense.
What do you?
What's the difference?
What's it? If it hit number one, what do you mean? You
Meaning
said
like
number
nobody
one.
dropped, you drop a song and it's like, oh, it's number one. Like that's not really number one to me. That makes sense.
Bruh.
I mean, what other way?
Number one to me is like
I mean-
Drake drops and he
okay.
has number one song for like 6 weeks or something like that, or 10 weeks. That's number one to me.
Well, I
Not when you
mean,
drop a
wait
song
for
and
you.
nobody-
Wait for you is only number one for 1 week, but you can say it's not like a massive hit. Like, do you think? Okay, well, First Class. Okay, First Class was hit number one for 3 weeks. So I guess Jack Harlow had the biggest rap number one all last year.
You said since 2016, right?
Yeah, you moving the goalpost now.
You said since 2016. There's plenty. In
I
2018
said
alone,
2016 and 2018.
2018 had the most number ones like in the last 5 years. That have been. They're all.
Tread,
hip-hop songs.
how about we gonna realize Tread really don't know what the fuck he be talking about?
Psycho,
Hey,
Post
listen,
Malone was number
listen,
one. Nice for What was
listen, I'm
number
still
one.
He just be
Sad
saying
was number
shit.
one.
I'm
Come
still
on,
right.
he just be saying shit.
I Like It. Music B was number one. Nice for What was number one. Lucid Dreams was number one. Mona Lisa. With
Hey, I
Kendrick
ain't gonna lie,
Lamar,
niggas got to study 2018. 2018 was a great year. in
That
music,
it
bro.
was. Honestly, it's probably one of the better
2018
years.
was a great year.
It's very
You could look
underrated.
back on 20. There probably at least like 4 or 5 classic albums that came out 2018.
You could argue it. Yeah. Probably
Nipsey.
like 5.
Nipsey.
Okay.
Championships.
Say fucking Nipsey.
Question mark album.
Question mark album.
Yeah,
X album.
X. That's the most. It has the most streamed Spotify song on that album.
What's the shit? Didn't Astro drop in 2018?
Yeah.
Some niggas say Scorpion's a classic.
Championships dropped 2018.
Championships.
Most
Under the influence.
Yeah, there's probably June. Just June in June alone, there's like 4 number ones.
I never heard that. Would y'all count Under the Influence as a hit this year? Under the Influence. Who's under? I don't even know names and shit.
When is Flying Low gonna join and Cam up? I still didn't do that yet.
By Chris Brown, that's old though. The Under the Influence shit by Chris Brown, that's old. That shit came out last year. Or actually, Under the Influence came out in 2019.
Oh, these are weeks at number 1. I'm tripping.
No, look, Wardle giving out false information.
Talking about false information.
God damn.
I haven't said nothing false. You always say that. This is false. And nigga, you know when niggas say you said something false, and then you ask a nigga, and then they don't say shit. Like,
I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. I'm gonna timestamp it. I'm gonna send the timestamps.
When nigga starts talking ill on my nigga name till you got evidence.
He be saying shit, and then he be becoming an opinion. And they're like, all right, bro, whatever.
Nigga, till you got evidence, I don't want no
Bryce, I know you ain't talking about evidence. We done seen you come out.
Look, Flying Low said 97 is a dope year for hip hop.
You ain't seen
I'm
shit,
not going
nigga.
back to 97, buddy.
97, bro. Come on, bro.
Nah,
We talking about 2018. This nigga went all the way
96
back to
was the best
97.
Come on, bro.
Hey, man, what other
97.
topics we got, man?
96, you had All Eyes on Me.
You niggas wildin'.
Y'all keep talking shit about that Gunna album, but it debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200.
Who talks shit about it?
Speaking of
True.
Gunna,
True.
y'all fucking with bread and butter?
I ain't never talked about
Yeah, I
that.
fuck with Bread and Butter.
And didn't that
Bread and Butter was good.
debuted like 60 something, I think, bro.
Yeah, Bread and Butter was good. That was a good record.
Isn't he dropping this week?
He was talking to
Actually, yeah, isn't Gunna dropping this week?
shit. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, he's dropping an album this week. I think he announced it, something like that.
Different. You ain't gonna live stream, but you gonna live stream it?
An album? No.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I ain't gonna lie.
Can't support snitches, huh? Okay.
No, I can. No, I'm gonna listen to his album. I don't care about
Street
shit.
Friends.
I just can't sit there and listen to an album. Like
You already got the Hoover on his head.
You can't sit there and listen, but if it's Drake, you can, right?
I can't even do that. I used to do that, but now it's just like it feels like I don't know.
Well, why not?
I don't know. It doesn't feel. I don't know because I'm gonna just be sitting there. Like, I don't do all the theatrics.
That's kind of the
shit,
purpose. Like,
Y'all don't hear that fucking thud?
you don't have to do that just to react to some
But
shit.
I'm
like,
just if I'm just here, I'll just listen to it on my own.
does it sound good or does it not sound
I
good?
don't
Just
really
do that
wanna-
shit.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
Just do that shit. Oh, it sounds good. Wait, yay.
Different. Don't care
What
about
do
the
you
fans.
never talk to me about shit after them little girls ran you out that space? I don't want you ever question me about shit.
Well, that's not my bag anyway. I don't give a fuck about that shit for real.
You can tell that you tell his face change. That shit really.
I only
like,
made it because I
that
had a
shit really
conversation in
gets-
the other space. And you were there on your burner, which is funny.
I'm always on the burner
Fresh cut
because I
water.
want to say something crazy and pop out. You know that's how it goes.
Bro, y'all don't hear that shit?
That's probably trail ass.
I don't hear shit.
Damn, bro, some keep knocking like
It's
y'all
like
got a
somebody
loose
knocking- it's like
table or
somebody knocking
something. That shit keep getting on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Like a nigga kicking the disc.
I don't hear nothing.
It's probably your shit, dude.
It's definitely water.
Look, there you go again.
Yeah, that's your shit.
That's a water moving around. I think you probably moving your hands or something. It's like
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to bring that shit up. That shit kept going off for the last, like, I don't know how long.
all right. What else we got, man? We got anything else?
But now, y'all, how y'all feel about bread and butter?
Oh.
I mean, Ward was kind of talking about something else.
Okay. I think it was good. It's a good little record. It sounds good. Gunna sounds great. You know, that was my fault.
Damn, different.
My bad. Move my mic.
Nah, I was impressed.
Gunna's dope. I think niggas gonna listen. I think regardless of what everybody say about Gunna, I think he's still gonna sell well. Cause I think everybody's gonna be interested. What the fuck he talking about? I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now you sound like echoey like a motherfucker.
Go ahead and call Peter.
Can you hear me now?
You sound crazy. However you had your shit the first time, get it back there.
Can you hear me now?
Why you sound like you got like an echo on your thing?
It's that soundboard.
That soundboard fucking you up.
Fuck the soundboard.
Some little kid in Africa didn't hook up the wiring, right?
All right, Trey, what do you think about the fucking song? While Wardu figure his shit out. I'm gonna put Wardu down. I'm gonna let Wardu figure his shit out real quick. Then we'll bring him back
I
up.
stopped caring once he walked back where he said the little diss about baby.
Oh, him saying that he didn't diss baby.
Yeah, it's like you dissed.
But you know, niggas be lying, like they be, you know, they do their thing. But what did you think was a good record when you first heard it?
Yeah, I didn't care for it, to be honest with you. Yeah.
You don't support snitches?
Oh no, I'll fuck with Gunna. I just don't care.
Hmm.
I need what happens to Virgil. When he drops what happens to Virgil, yeah.
Was that number one? No, that wasn't number one. All right, man. What we'll do? We'll do back. You good?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey man, switch me to this side.
You're back. Switch you where?
I was asking, what do you think Gunna's gonna do first week?
Yeah.
Oh, first week. I say he do 80,000.
Who, Gunna?
80,000? Really?
80,000.
I'm gonna go 60 something.
Yeah, I would say 65.
I don't know. A lot of people.
There's a lot of hype. Y'all don't see the hype behind listening to this nigga whole project.
If there's no features and it's just Gunna.
It depends. I feel like he has to drop a hit song first.
If there's like maybe like I don't know who would work with Gunna right now.
Turbo is working with him.
Plenty of niggas work with Gunna.
No, I'm talking about like features though, not like producers.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of niggas that work with Gunna.
Can get a
Go
feature.
get a pop nigga or something. Go work with Post Malone or some shit.
Him and 6ix9ine, that'd be fire.
Get a Post Malone feature.
That would be hilarious though.
Get an Ed Sheeran feature. Go get you a pop feature or something.
You think he can still get a Drake feature?
Nah, Drake ain't gonna do that.
Nah, Drake has no.
Drake ain't gonna
Yeah, I guess because he kind of fuck with Thug a little bit.
Or Baby. I know that's not gonna happen. If you can get a little Baby feature.
Well,
If Gunna got a hit or two, I think he can go 100K. It just depends on how good the album is.
100K? What?
You think Gunna's doing 100K first week?
Stop.
I think it's possible, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's also depends on how he rolls off the album also. Is he gonna just drop it or is he gonna actually
He's saying
like
Dirk's a
actual
bubbling artist and he barely did like what 120. I mean, Gunna doing 100.
I think Gunna was.
And Dirk had
I would argue Gunna was bigger than Lil Durk before all this shit happened.
Yeah, I agree.
You could argue it.
Yeah, so I mean,
but Gunna with being blackballed.
I don't think he blackballed. I think
I don't think he is either.
I think it all depends on how good his music is. Is he gonna get back to just making great sounds, or is he gonna be kind of caught up in trying to tell a story, or can he do both? Like I feel like all that shit important right now for him.
What is he rap about though?
He got a lot to rap about. I'm more interested in how can he mix that with making good music, and I like Bread and Butter honestly. I think
Bread and Butter debuted at 48 on the charts.
Yeah, 48. I thought,
and that's not a traditional hit either. So that's people want to hear him more than that. He just made a hit.
I think that might be just like, off of hype though. Like for me,
it's not too much hype. It's just people want to listen to it, and I feel like that's gonna be kind of representative of his album. So people want to at least hear this album. Albums that's down the line from now, maybe not, but this album, I think there's a lot of buzz around Gunna name still, and just wanting to hear what he got to say. And I think it's still a lot of people that like Gunna. Like I know there's a lot of street people and people that subscribe to that shit, but bro, like the young kids, man, a lot of people don't give a fuck about that. They love Gunna for his music, bro. Like I didn't realize like how certain I seen women like quote Gunna music from like word to word. Like people fuck with Gunna, not on no Tyler the Creator level, but he got some real fans.
Yeah, Instagram sucks right now. I'm not.
It's nowhere on the Tyler Creator level, but I don't think it's like on the DaBaby level either, where like he don't really have a fan base. I think Gunna actually have a fan base.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? I think I'm talking about music shit. You know I used to hate Tyler Creator, right, Bryce? Like I used to like trash Javon about Tyler Creator.
Yeah,
so when I say this, I'm not bullshitting.
This nigga want to.
I could argue, for me personally, that for their last 3 albums, never mind.
You think Drake better? You think he
No, not
better
better than Drake. Not better than Drake. Better than better than Kendrick. Because what's Kendrick's last 3 albums?
Who's last
year?
year?
To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn.
Damn. And
who are you talking
so
about?
Talking about Tyler and Kendrick. Damn, I'm not.
Tyler
Nothing's
and
going
Kendrick.
to
Who are you saying that?
I would say that his last three are better than Kendrick's last three. What?
Oh, Kendrick's. Well, the gap between
Flower
their
Boy
shits are, like,
is better
significant,
than Flower Boy is better than To Pimp a Butterfly, right?
Since
Damn
2017,
is
how
better-
many projects
Damn
has
is
Tyler
better-
had?
I just said they last three, nigga. I'm not getting into semantics that they dropped the same fucking year. They last three.
There's a
projects,
big
nigga.
gap. Like it's kind of like not
That
really.
don't really,
you know.
that don't
It
really
doesn't matter, nigga. They last
Yeah.
three projects. I don't care about gaps. Flower Boy is better than Pimp a Butterfly. Damn is better than Igor, and the fuck I forgot what it was called, but that's better than
So-
whatever the fuck.
So
Kendrick
Tyler's
dropped
better
last
than
year.
Kendrick because
This last three projects.
I don't even
So
listen
Black
to Tyler
Panther,
Creator, to be
damn.
honest with you.
I really
And you
don't
could
either,
argue-
but he's talented though.
I stopped caring about Tyler the Creator after he came out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, you doing this on Gay Pride Month? Come on, bro.
I'll just be honest with you. I feel like his music.
What you about to say,
changed.
Bryce?
Now it's a good argument, especially when you realize that Tyler
It's not a good
had-
argument for Twitter niggas because Twitter niggas think To Pimp a Butterfly is the greatest fucking hip hop album that's ever been
Yeah.
created in the whole world. So I can't
But
argue that with them niggas.
If
Yeah, that's
if
crazy.
his last three albums are arguably just as good or better, and then you got Kendrick in the gap. I mean, you got to kind of put Tyler Creator over him.
Over Kendrick.
I mean, personally,
And
I
they're
don't-
both,
I don't
and
listen-
they're-
I don't
and
listen
they-
to them.
he don't listen to Tyler Creator. And they're both like them Grammy type niggas. Like, you know, they win Grammys for their shit. Like he won a Grammy for Igor and he won a Grammy for fuck's the other album he won a Grammy for.
I mean, I thought the
The album he
Grammys.
dropped this year or last year. You said what?
Thought the Grammys don't matter though.
I'm just comparing them to each other. Like any metric you bring up, like Grammy type shit, like they both win Grammys for their albums. So that's what I'm saying.
Does Tyler have a Pulitzer Award? Yes.
No, I said Damn is better than Igor.
I never really understood the hype about Igor, and the production is just all over the place for me too.
I don't really like Igor. I mean, that's why I said Damn is better than that. But
Those are like for the white boys in the fucking suburban neighborhoods that go to Coachella every year.
yeah, I mean, I feel like your type of vibe.
Nah, no, definitely not. It's more of like a Travis vibe,
Need to be
like
dick riding
actual,
Travis.
an actual music. I'm dick riding. I guess it's warranted. Clearly, I mean, how much did he sell on Astroworld? Fuck,
He sells a lot of
clearly
product.
warranted
He sells a lot of product.
for a reason. He
Let's
sell a lot of
not
product.
get t-shirt sales confused with like music sales.
Does that not? Were there not bundles?
That's it. That's it. If you sell product, yeah, of course you're gonna sell a lot. I'm saying, how much can you sell in your this music?
Usually, like the highest selling artists, they tend to sell more products than niggas that don't really sell well in music. It correlates, you know. That's why I said
That's not
first.
my. That's not
kind
my.
of
You,
matters.
if you my thing, if you using niggas inflated numbers to argue for him, it's like, okay. So if you don't like, if Travis drops now without any bundles, we will see how much he could truly.
I
sell.
still think he would do. Like
That's a
close to
legit.
200.
That's a legitimate metric. That's what I'm saying.
What did
I don't know
Asher
why
do?
Travis is so scared to drop.
500,
It did 500, right? So how much
Yeah.
do you think he would do without bundles, friend?
200.
Okay, so I think he would do like 250, 275. And how much did Kendrick do
290.
without bundles?
290.
Okay, so they're in this. Okay, so I don't. Again, I
What
don't
argument?
see
What argument are you trying to make?
the dick suckers warned, which
Like
is,
the
That's what I'm saying. Like,
majority,
what argument are you making?
I'm
What's
saying
what's
that-
your argument?
if you would listen again, like the fuck, you're not even listening. The fuck, I said basically Kendrick and Travis are basically both A tier. So why does like the bundles necessarily matter if the majority of the other A tier artists would do the same numbers? Like,
Who's majority?
you know who the A tier artists are. Stop this. Stop. Just stop. Why niggas keep doing this shit? You know the Drake, J. Cole, Travis, like you know the A tier artists. Like they would all do the same type of numbers.
There's water
Anyways.
moving around. Hold on, let's see something real quick. That nigga down there shaking his knees or something. God damn.
he bumping something. What?
I ain't gonna lie. We might have to hold on. We might have to take niggas off. We might have to take niggas off A tier. I ain't gonna lie. We might have to just have A tier just for one nigga and one nigga alone. We got to move some niggas to B tier. I ain't
No,
gonna
there's
lie.
Well, A tier niggas.
Because you can't be in an A tier with nigga and you just like lapping these niggas by crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake can't do.
He's an S
Like
tier.
Drake can't do 613 on Certified Lover Boy, and then these niggas do like 2 something. It's like we in A tier together, bitch. Like we in A tier with y'all niggas. Like I'm way ahead of y'all niggas. Like come on, I can't be in the same realm with y'all.
There's still multiple A tier niggas. He's
got. What you say, Bryce? He's S tier.
Yeah, S tier.
They're A tier. He's S tier. Cool.
Can y'all not hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you. We hear you, Jab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's multiple A tier niggas.
Speaking of niggas not being on levels,
which is why there's tiers. Duh.
Supposedly,
Bro, my bad. Hold on. Warden's the type of nigga who think he be making a point and he never makes a fucking point. But Bryce, you can get.
You didn't even respond to what I said, but you're saying that. So
all I said was Drake is out of should be in the same tier.
You can say that all you want, but you're not responding. So clearly, it was.
I did. I say he's the S tier.
If it's a point that can't be disputed, you just think it's not a point. So, anyways, Bryce.
What can't be disputed?
That there's tiers to fucking main A tier artists. Drake and J. Cole. Drake, J. Cole, Travis are all A tier. There's obviously tiers.
There's not tiers in A tier.
There's just A tier.
You're just A tier.
There's levels to A tier, are there not?
No.
Nah, most likely you shouldn't be there then.
So a high A tier artist and a lower A tier artist, they're both in the same tier.
So right? I guess you could say they're A+. They're both in the same tier,
right?
I guess you could say A+, A-. I guess.
Bryce, go ahead. Bryce, go ahead. Just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead. What were you gonna say, Bryce? What were you gonna say?
I guess, but nah. In that case, they still had to get pushed down because, yeah, it's a stack. It's a significant number. That's
no, I'm saying they got moved down to B. If we're gonna have A's and B's, they niggas gotta be in B's.
But I wouldn't call them A- if that was the conversation. But what I was gonna say is, so speaking of people not being on certain levels, supposedly there's a kindling beef that we all been dying to have between Kendrick and Drake. Supposedly Kendrick said something recently to kind of get it kindling, and I think like a picture or something that came out. I ain't 100% scripted, but my reason for bringing this conversation up, since we've been here for years and we've been dying for certain great beefs, like, you know, we're a little toxic as the rap community, we are. How would y'all feel let it go in this day and age? Because I know when Control came out, people were saying Drake wouldn't stand a chance because he was like, since I took the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes, he got that was the shit on hip hop awards. Then he got the Control verse. People was thinking that Drake couldn't really stand a chance, but we seen Drake with Meek now because this is way after. We seen Drake with Push Holders on, and other situations as well when he went at Kid Cudi and Kanye, all this shit. How y'all feel that rap beef will go in this day and age?
Kendrick gonna win.
No, he's not.
Just because niggas in hip hop gonna dick suck the fuck out of Kendrick.
What are you saying? You saying like if there was like an actual beef between Kendrick and Drake?
Yeah.
How y'all see that going? You don't see Drake coming up with that diss track that's a hit again?
I see he can do that, but I just see niggas dick sucking the fuck out of Kendrick.
My question would be,
I don't know about that nowadays.
My question would be, would Kendrick come with like, you know, his traditional voice, or would he be like rapping some like weird ass voice these days? Like
that shit doesn't work now. That weird voice shit, it doesn't really work now. Maybe back. I
don't know. Yeah. I don't know what Kendrick bag would like. What bag he'll be in. Like back in the day, I had confidence in like Kendrick's style and how he attack shit. Like even how he try to make his hits and stuff like that. I'm really not a fan. So I don't know if he got that ability to like really last as far as like.
It would have to be like a disrespectful as this. Like it would have to be like a direct, like an ether type of like energy for Kendrick to like. I'm just tired of all the like subliminals. Like I'm going at you, light skin ass nigga. Like you would have to like. It would have to be direct. To make Drake want to even like, because Drake doesn't have to talk about Kendrick. He doesn't.
No, let's get out of that. Let's say they all into it. They both down to throw diss tracks at each other.
But what would be why would Drake want to even like why would he have to? Like Drake's been so consistent since Kendrick came out. Like
competition. It's always been the dude that they said that was comparing that was better than you, or was like even shitting on you, and he been missing for 5 years.
In what aspect?
He been running the rap
since 2018. In what aspect could Kendrick argue that?
That's how Drake may feel. That's what I'm saying. He might feel slighted. Why niggas keep mentioning this nigga in my name? And he got the
You think niggas mention Kendrick with Drake now? Like compared back to back then, maybe?
It's probably not as not as
much.
But yeah.
Like,
but yeah,
especially not with that trash ass bullshit he dropped. I don't know. I don't know.
And then it's
if he dropped
basically
like a Get Clip Mad City type project, yeah, you could argue it. But that album was, to me, I thought it was good. It was decent. To me, thought it was good.
You gave it an 8.
Yeah, but it didn't age well. So I give it like a 6.5, 7 now. It didn't age well at all. It's been like at least over a year now, and no one is playing that shit. Unless you're a Kendrick stan. No one is playing that shit. It's not Damn level. I don't even think it's To Pimp a Butterfly level. And we all don't like that album either. But some people highly revere that shit. This shit that he dropped, nobody playing that shit, bro. You can say, oh, N95, Rich Spirit. No one's playing that, bro. No one is casually playing that. Now, Her Loss, I'm playing. A CLB, I'm still playing. That came out 2 years ago. I'm still playing some track Sticky. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? There's still there's songs that the last 3 years that I'm playing compared to a Kendrick. Like, so I don't see why. I don't think Drake has a reason to go at a Kendrick.
We might not have a reason, but what about the competitive nature? Just off the riff. Like, I want to finally show the world I'm that guy. I want my legacy to end with there not being a question and doubt that I ran this shit. And all you niggas was my kids.
Who, Drake or Kendrick?
I think
Drake I feel like that's how Drake could feel.
I think Drake would rather go with Kanye. He's not worried about Kendrick. I'm sorry. Even a J. Cole acknowledged Drake is like one of the greatest ever. So like, there's no point in Drake going at J. Cole. So if it's like, if you had to choose, I would say
different though. J. Cole humble. Kendrick had been that dude that kind of.
Well, you said competition, right? So that's your argument, competition. Because I don't think Drake has a real reason to go.
I think let's be honest. We say Kendrick, J. Cole, top 3. Most niggas really they throw it in between like Drake and Kendrick, who's the real like number 1 nigga. So that's like the real top 2 in a lot of people's.
I just want to have fun with the conversation. To be honest,
yeah, we're to being like real. Why would they even go at him? He's asked you if they did go at him.
Realistic. Nigga, like what is Kendrick gonna say?
If they win at it, who do you think would win?
DeFrank, what is Kendrick gonna say? Like,
I don't know. You a trash ass rapper. You got Ghost Rider. You a bitch ass nigga. I slapped the fuck out of you in LA.
I
don't know what he gonna say.
Oh,
if they had a rap, who would win?
I sold 600 on fucking CLB. Oh my god, I'm so scared of Kendrick. Oh, got me shaking in my boots. Oh my god, Pusha T said I had a kid. Oh my god.
Regardless of what you're saying, niggas say Drake.
Well, clearly he think Drake gonna win.
I'm fucking Drake.
Yeah, just say you think Drake gonna win.
Drake, I'm just saying that there's no reason for Drake to come at him. Like Kendrick kind of has to do that. He's been gone for like half a fucking decade. He kind of has to do that. And even then, he's not really being direct.
Yeah, but let's be real though. I've been all for the
Kendrick should be the aggressor. Like,
I've been all for the Kendrick disrespect, but you don't think that Kendrick couldn't really throw some shit together and
what
really?
What is he gonna say?
Nah,
I'm not saying he couldn't.
Kendrick
I'm
clever,
saying,
bro. He's clever.
It doesn't seem like it. Like, what is he gonna?
Nigga, I ain't think he was gonna say Tucker sends the rapper back into some pajama clothes. Nigga, where that come from?
How long ago was that verse?
Man, he still got
years
that
ago.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, look. I feel like, hey,
has Kendrick actually been in a beef? What beef has Kendrick actually been in?
Hey, Drake may be a super
rap
team,
beef,
but I still think a nigga could get at him. And Kendrick
Drake has been in at least 3 beefs since that verse came. That Control verse, he's been in at least 3.
And I think Drake could win. Me personally, me sonically, I think Drake could win. Like, I think he gonna say some shit. I think honestly, bro, I think Drake is so petty and ponder on shit so long that he'll kill Kendrick. Because I feel like Drake takes shit so personal if you come at him. So I truly think Drake will win. But to act like I don't think he gonna take some jabs on the way in or the way out on that fight, it ain't gonna be an easy dub.
Oh, I'm smoking on top 5.
Nah.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think Drake's gonna say to Kendrick?
He doesn't need to say anything.
That can't be the
what
argument,
do you think he gonna say if they fucking battle?
I don't fucking know, but it's gonna be way cleverer than whatever Kendrick say. I know that's for damn sure because Drake has been tested and he's stood the test of time.
I think Drake will call him
Pusha shit, multiple beefs. I've seen what Drake has done. What has Kendrick done?
I think Drake will call him washed. I think he'll go into that like he not inspired. You been hiding for 5 years while I've been running shit. I feel like he'll go into that a lot. I feel like he could go into that. You ducked the smoke. You was supposed to be my competition. Where you at now? Like nigga, like how you like essentially gone for that long. I feel like he could talk about his last shit not being that good. Maybe him and Baby King, respectfully. I know you love Baby King. He could talk about the trash duo cousin. He could get at some shit. I don't think it'll be nothing to the level of Pusha T and Drake. I think it'll be more of a competition thing. So I think it'll be just about who can outbar and kind of just talk shit to each other.
If it's the outbarring shit, I guess you could say Kendrick is lyrically, you could argue it. But what is he gonna say that's so?
Now, I don't think it's gonna be a personal
like,
battle. Like I don't think they don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be some clever shit where it's like. Just how like the common stereotypes that people use on Drake. I think Kendrick will be able to come up with some good shit, bro.
You think push up body Drake? Oh my god.
Nah,
he said he had a kid, bro.
I don't agree with that.
The nigga said he had a kid. Like that's it. And I don't know what it is about these lyrical rappers, but they don't seem to like really. Outside of like maybe Nas, I don't see many lyrical rappers like. Nowadays, like having like memorable diss tracks to other rappers, like besides Drake, like like
does Eminem count?
Who is he dissed? Mariah Carey.
That nigga
Machine Gun Kelly.
So I mean, yeah, him, but yeah, he didn't diss.
And that was like recently, but before then, like
lyrical rappers with disses. I mean,
when he was at the height of his popularity, like the 2000, 2001, 2002. This wasn't really dissing anybody, really. Dissing Nick Cannon, like.
Yeah, I don't really get into that type. I don't really listen to a bunch of this.
That's flying low territory, nigga. That's 97, 98 type shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you like, oh yeah, lyrical nigga. I was just ready to listen to his diss track. Like,
all I know is as far as hip hop media goes, they gonna dick suck whatever Kendrick do. It don't matter.
I don't think that shit works nowadays. Maybe back then.
Even if you drop like a back-to-back type shit.
You know what I'm saying? But he'd have to drop that.
It would have to be catchy.
You can't drop like a Duppy freestyle. It's got to be like some shit.
Yeah, and I also feel like with the Meek Mill shit, I feel like media was ready to ride with Meek Mill. He just never responded. Like I feel like.
So even people thought Meek Mill that he a battle rapper from Philly. He about to kill Drake.
Yeah, like I think it could have easily went Meek Mill way if he just responded with some decent shit, bro. Because I feel like along with us believing that he could do it, I think people was already ready to shit on Drake in that era as well. Like just like with
Pusha T. Rest assured, niggas definitely ready to shit on Drake now.
Yeah.
Against Kendrick, like come on. These niggas be running around saying Pimp Butter about the greatest album of all time. Like, come on, niggas can't wait to fucking.
Those are only a select few people that are saying that.
I ain't gonna lie, it may be a select few, but when I be posting shit about Kendrick on TikTok, it'd be a million Kendrick fucking defenders on them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's like TikTok, like
Instagram. Like, what do you mean? Twitter? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it could be any social media app.
It'd be like the Fantano niggas that be saying that. It don't really actually be like the casual music listener that be saying that. Casual music listener. Does it sound good? Does it not sound good? And ain't no like, oh my god, this is so.
Let me ask you a question. Have y'all ever heard Wardu break down why he likes something?
All the time. Something you.
I've never heard you actually break something down why you like it.
Why I like things? I don't do that. Really?
I've never heard you actually break down why you like.
You've never heard me break down why I like.
No.
It. Have you?
I'm the if you I'm
because I can't get it because when I tell you to explain some shit like it doesn't matter like, I like it if it sounds good it sounds good.
Are you dense? Obviously you're mocking. Obviously are you
know.
dense? Are you obviously you're mocking me for saying does it sound good? So obviously I don't do that. But I'm saying I never heard you actually do that. You say that I do that, but I've never heard you break down why you like a song.
I do that all the time.
I've never heard you break down why you like.
And when I do, you say it doesn't like none of that shit matters. Like I do that all the time.
Okay, break down why you. What's your favorite song on Travis Scott's album?
Which one?
Astro.
Me personally, it was Coffee Mean.
Why you like that song?
Because that's something that's like a song that I never really heard from Travis. He was talking about like his relationship with Kylie, and it's kind of like more like a lyrical type of vibe. Like I don't really, when I think Travis, I don't really think like a lyrical, like a J. Cole type a song. You know, I usually expect like an up
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I be annoyed that the nigga talks so much when he get to his music bag. So I gotta agree with.
That's why I don't explain shit because y'all niggas don't care.
But no, I've heard him say some shit like that before. And I was like, all right,
I'm
nigga.
asking him.
Nah, I be like, all right, nigga.
That's
You like
what I'm
it?
talking about.
That's why I like it.
I get awarded that one. I ain't gonna lie. I get awarded that one.
It sounds good.
I never heard it. I'm asking him.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
See, look, this is what he does. I'm with Flying Low. He bring up why other niggas like it. I don't know why he likes it.
Done that before too.
I just told you why I like it.
No, I'm saying the majority. I put you on the spot, so obviously you're gonna be able to do it right now. I'm saying
I always do that, but when I do, it doesn't matter. Does it sound good or does it not sound good?
I hear you tell me what I'm rocking with Flying Low. Me and Flying Low on the same wavelength.
Well, you and
That's a terrible thing to do.
I don't know.
Did you hear Russ and Lupe and Mickey Facts beef like 2 years ago? Come on, we didn't hear that shit. We didn't hear that. Come on.
You talking about Mickey Facts in 2023? That's crazy.
Somebody tell Flying Low cam up.
Yeah, can Flying Low actually get? If Flying Low was an actual chat nigga.
Hey man, we got 2 more topics we can get into.
All right, let's
both
go.
kind of red pill. We got Aisha Curry Wilder.
I want to get Ward. Why want to get Ward up out of here? I want to get Ward up out of here.
I'm off the red pill shit. I'll listen. That's fine.
And we got
that space is really like cracked your soul.
D-Friend, what would you do if Carla did that to you?
If she do what? Like, if she taking the ring off?
Yeah.
After she seen a nigga and she ducking her head when she trying to get the drink from him, like, I don't need to keep looking at this.
Y'all look at this like a joke. Like, this is like y'all take that like real seriously.
Yeah.
I think it's disrespectful.
She does this multiple times.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's like the half white in me. I don't look at it like, you bitch. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I ain't say all that. I just think it's disrespectful.
I'll look at it like, I don't look at it as nothing crazy. Like,
Bryce, what is moving behind you, bro?
My cat.
Okay.
I think Aisha Loki just kind of bored. That's what I think it is. Because she ain't got shit. The Curry trying to give him a damn cooking show, still talking shit about Curry. Aisha going on a fucking show, joking about taking off the ring, like you doing all this extra shit. Like that's why I respect Savannah James so much. She just out the way, bro. You just let LeBron be LeBron. I'll just be the wife at home, taking care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got to be like. Why do you seek validation? Why do you seek attention just in general from other men?
Well, Bryce said she a pedo.
A what?
What?
He's talking about Savannah James. I didn't say that.
Savannah James.
People were saying that shit on social media.
You was tweeting about it. What's up?
No, I said I thought that shit was crazy. That people were saying.
Where does that even come from?
That's what I said.
She was at an AAU basketball game.
Yeah, that was.
Because that one kid took a picture of her. Is that why?
Yes.
Yeah, but they said it's like multiple accounts of this. I found the shit crazy.
That's just corny TikTok niggas just trying to have.
I found that shit was wild, but no.
We barely see Savannah James. Like, come on, man.
So I mean, I think Trell kind of feel the same way when he asks, like, how would you feel if your girl did that? I feel like that's like just a distasteful way to joke. Out of all the ways you could joke and stuff like that, why you had to joke on the really what I talked about in my shit coming up. Like the only reason you popular and known is because the ties that we have. Why would you joke and even like play like that when that's like really the only reason you known is being synonymous with me? Now you playing on my name, like joking on that shit like it's not as serious as it should be. Like I don't like some shit should be covenant where you don't joke, especially in public, because that's embarrassing to your spouse. Like, and we gotta understand like all jokes have some type of effect, and we could say, oh, it's just a joke, but it's how you do it, when you do it, and you being a wife. Not really being known for being anything outside of the wife, and you joking on that front, it's just wild. That shit wild. I hear you, but literally we only care that she's a chef because she's Steph Curry's wife. Like out of all the shit you can do and joke on, it's like you play with that. Like especially after all the other public statements. Being with Jada Pinkett Smith and being on her tabletop numerous of times, getting a bunch of toxic femininity. You already got statements out there talking about you want to have just as much notoriety as a Stephen Curry, which you got to think about that in itself. That is insane. You ain't put in none of the hours. You ain't put in none of the work that Steph Curry was willing to do and still do, but yet you still want you want to have pretty much the same amount of fame as him.
Why do you think she do that?
Because fame gets to people. Fame get to people, and it changes people. And I don't think she was the same Aisha Curry when Steph met her. And as he got bigger and he became a megastar,
So
and
she
seeing certain
insecure about
things.
her position.
It could be insecure or it could be an ego thing. Some people see success and fame and want to taste of that. Like she wanted maybe
Savannah doesn't do that. Savannah doesn't do any of that shit.
And she can. Everybody ain't the
Because she
same.
knows, like my husband's LeBron. I don't have to do that. If I'm Aisha, I don't have to go on these shows. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You can still have your own shit going on. Like, you don't have to necessarily, like, do what, you know, Savannah's doing, but you don't have to be in the limelight all the time. You don't need the attention all the time. If my husband's Curry, and I have kids and I'm married, so I'm supposed to be the Christian wife, like they like to come across as. Like, I shouldn't be on these shows, like, joking around like that. Is that a double standard right there? Because if Curry did that same shit with
that should be wild.
Come on now.
Yeah, if he would call flirting publicly, like, especially like that's the thing. If it was like some raunchy couple or some raunchy person, then it would be okay. But Steph comes across as a family man that'll do anything for his family, that cares about his daughter, that care about his kids, care about his wife, care about his dad, his mom. Like he a caring dude. So like out of all the dudes that receive that type of joke and shit, it just don't come across like it's cool. It come off as disrespectful to me.
Like, Lou is such an idiot, bro.
I don't think it's serious, but
I get why a fragile man.
Really? I'm
I
not
just
a
look at like a joke. Like if Carl was up there, she like a nigga walk out with a shirt off. I would be like, that's just me.
That's
like,
nasty,
y'all niggas might feel that way. I wouldn't feel that way. I'd be like,
so
okay.
when they be like protect.
Your friend, what do you think you're like? If you were in that position and you joked around like that, what would your wife say?
She'd probably laugh.
She won't take it serious?
No. But
So
that's just that's me and her relationship though. Like I don't know. Like people got different relationships. And I don't know how Steph and Aisha play at home. I don't know.
I don't think Steph can like outwardly come out and like call her out for that. Like, because it's gonna look like he's insecure and like Steph Curry hasn't really had like a major scandal or anything crazy like that. So he kind of has to let her do shit like that. So the fact that she kind of knows that and she's still out there trying to get attention, unnecessary attention, like you didn't have to do that shit. Like, why would you? Like, you can be on the show if you want to be on the show, but you don't have to do that shit. Like, come on.
And it's the only reason we know her for, bro. It's a certain level of toxicness, bro. When you think about somebody willing to play with like on that level, like if I knew you for other shit, maybe I could get that. But literally, you're only known for being with this nigga, and you come on here. That's your man.
So cool. Bet boom. So if Gabrielle Union did that, how'd you feel about it? She's
known. Look at her the same.
She's known.
Way.
She was way famous before she made.
She's way more known, and I think that shit corny as hell.
Well, I'm asking Bryce because he said it'd be maybe different if you was known already and you was whatever. So
well, I mean, you using her. I'm also looking at past behavior and that judgment too, and so yeah, it'll make sense that she moved like that.
But I really don't think there's any woman that could do that. That you'd be like, yeah, even if she was famous already.
For the most part, no, because as a wife, that's disrespectful. And for a dude, it's like a dude's like this is how I feel like it's weird, bro. It's like when a dude joke about sleeping with his secretary next to his wife. That's like a joke that'll play on somebody's insecurities because it's like, well, y'all be off alone. I don't know how you are. Like, and I feel like when an athlete start his shit, it's one of the like tropes that they wife sleep out when they on the road. It's a trope that they wife be trying to fuck with other people when they gone. They be fucking other people in the locker room. It's stories like that for days that go on the NBA. So when you see your wife getting hot or pretending to get hot over a nigga that's a scrub, essentially, a D tier model or actor, and she getting hot over a nobody. Nigga, you the top athlete of the world. And you shouldn't be batting the eye at niggas like this. But
even if it is a joke, bro, like this,
that means she might for insecurities, man. Maybe we fragile.
I'm about to say, y'all taking that bitch like super serious. Like I'm just looking at it like she just playing.
No, I'm just saying like,
that could be her personal trainer.
That
could be when she go to the gym. Like that's how niggas think, bro. When you play like that, that's how people think. And I'm talking about when you play at it on a certain level. Like if it was a nerd or some shit, maybe you could look at it as a joke. But when you see a dude with the shirt off, that's a swole dude. That don't play in your mind. Like I think that's something human. I don't think that got shit to do with fragile.
Yeah, that's just natural. Like again, if the roles were reversed, you can't expect a woman to just not say shit.
Yeah, like I'm joking about sleeping with a secretary. I'm joking about sleeping with a woman I work with. That's gonna hit different because you like it's gonna question the reality. And when you see your wife constantly making statements in public, dealing with one of the most toxic women out there, Jada Pinkett Smith. Then she getting high on public TV. Like, that's a bad look, bro.
Yeah,
That's a bad look. Like, I wouldn't be cool with my wife or my girlfriend doing that shit. I would tell you that for shit, slow.
So what would you tell her when she got off stage?
I wouldn't tell her nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. If for me personally, I feel like I gotta make some moves.
You break up with her?
When you put all that shit together, I would, bro. That shit disrespectful, bro.
Well, I wouldn't. I
You
would
destroy your family because of that.
I would at least have the conversation.
How I'm looking
if
at
you're
it,
not going to say anything about it, that looks crazy. But you have to bring it up. It's going to continue if you don't bring it up. You at least have to have a conversation.
Bro, she willing to joke about the only thing that gives her value, for real.
Like
I'm
a wedding ring. Yeah, like that's
trying to take off the wedding ring. That's a crazy joke. Like, come on,
like,
bro. When she already said she already said publicly she looked for other militant, bro. At some point, bro, I gotta cut.
Your friend, you want to at least like have a conversation with her. Like if that was your wife, you want to at least like talk about like, yo, like I know you probably don't care, but you at least want like, you know what I'm saying, like yo, like this kind of crazy. You wouldn't give a fuck?
I don't give a like. That is so stupid.
I don't have a wife, so I don't know. Like
it depends on your relationship with your wife. Do I think like I just look at like she's
like
with a shirt come out. Ooh, like it's just like I don't look at that shit crazy.
If she comfortable disrespecting you in public, I can only imagine what she do.
But you think it's disrespectful? Steph Curry might not think it's disrespectful.
Some niggas are weak and don't understand that
that's not even weak. It's a fucking joke. Like it's not like
that's definitely weak too.
But what would it do for Curry to publicly come out and be like
it's like I guess
that's top tier disrespect.
I guess
that's top tier disrespect.
Well, I could think of more disrespectful things, but you can't joke around like that on a public platform like that, bro.
It's top tier disrespect when you consider your man being a face.
I'm not saying you can't joke around, but
you can't. He's a famous dude, bro. One of the most
greatest shooter of all time, bro.
You out here slandering this nigga multiple times on multiple occasions.
Yeah, it's not the first time either. Like, the friend, you're delusional. I ain't gonna lie,
bro. I'm talking about this one. Y'all bringing about the totality of her life. I'm talking about this one.
This is a pattern. It's not the first time she's doing something.
Yeah, I'm not going off just this, but
I'm going off just this. Like, if I look at this, like, bro, I don't.
She's literally stated like
What do you ask me? If my wife, you said if your wife did this, how'd you feel? I said I wouldn't care.
And I also think it's an insight.
If my wife on the show saying she looked for niggas' attention, that's different. But you said if you did this on this show, would you care? No, I wouldn't.
And me personally,
you're Steph Curry though, like
I wouldn't care. If I was Bill motherfucking Gates or fucking richest nigga in the world, and my wife did, I would. You stupid bitch! You just like I'd be like, girl, what the fuck, stupid ass shit.
That's crazy. I wouldn't. Why you keep saying stupid bitch? Nobody said that. Like you asked me what I said. I just make moves.
Like, you should have a conversation.
Shit. I didn't say stupid bitch. I said stupid shit. I said this is stupid shit. Like,
I'm just saying, you should have a conversation about it, bro.
If you
I'm not gonna, like, what do you want me to say? Like, because I don't feel no way about it. There's no conversation to be had. Like, I'm not gonna be like, why did you do that?
So happy wife, happy life, huh?
No, I don't. If I don't care, that doesn't know her happiness. I don't give a fuck.
That's what it sounds like. I ain't gonna lie.
So a happy wife is she does something. So you're telling me I have to feel a way about it. That's what you're telling me. If I don't give a fuck about it, then
I just think most men would, but most married men at least. I mean.
Flying low.
Yeah, I feel like if you seen your wife do that shit,
that's just me. I don't know. I'm
not
married,
and you just laugh that shit off. You're a different breed. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I guess.
Your wife joking about being a cheater or infidelity, and you take that. That's one thing I wouldn't joke about. That's what it is, though.
You joke about that, like
that's what it is. You're saying Lord have mercy, like we overdoing it. It's a joke on infidelity.
I'm not saying
even the Asian girl told her like, bro, stop. Like she even was trying to like chill out. You're doing too much.
Like, I just seen her take a ring off. That's what I saw.
The lady that's married to Young Jeezy was like, chill out, like, because bro,
was that really what she was trying to do? Like acting like was that actually?
Yeah, she acting like she take the ring off, and then when he bring the drinks to her, she grabbed the drinks and she doing like.
Don't want to look at her because he got shirt off.
I don't know, because I seen academics talk about it.
If my girl act that childish around a nigga with a shirt off, I don't want it.
Yeah, if you're acting like that around that just seems like a double standard in itself because a nigga can't do that.
Like, bro, you could act a
can't
whole
do that.
bunch of ways, bro, and you acting like you can't contain
I don't
yourself.
care how comfortable y'all niggas is together. Like, you're gonna have a conversation. She's gonna bring it up.
And this was the similar
So-
thing about with Will Smith and Jada. It's like it seemed like she willing to risk this nigga legacy to be able to like get
attention
more
from
clout
other
or
men.
trim. And I feel like it's no different. Like she don't mind willing to shit like or joke on some shit that she shouldn't be joking on, even though like that's her main way of even being known. Like, and I feel like if a woman is willing to joke like that, like that shows a lot of insight on her subconscious, bro. Like that's what I think a lot of people don't get, bro. Like actions speak louder than words, bro. And when people do certain shit publicly, or especially publicly, but online, live tweets and shit, that's an insight on how they are, bro. Like people try to do it all the time to me. I tweet a certain way, they think I hate women. Like that's how people are.
So you do hate women. Let's not get it misconstrued.
That's insane, but it's no different than Aisha Curry. If you doing shit publicly and you keep doing certain public declarations and public things, bro, it's an insight on who you are personally, bro. So I know a lot of people like to look at it like, oh, that's just them on TV, or that's just that we don't really know how they are in person, bro. I don't look at shit like that. I look at that.
I can only go off what I see, and if she's doing that, she's comfortable doing that on a public platform. Hey.
Every time I see her trending, it's some shit that's not in Curry favor down there these days.
Ain't she supposed to be like the super Christian wife? Like isn't that her whole shtick? Wasn't that her whole shtick to begin with? Like that's off brand to me.
Pause.
That's a pause, I guess.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that part. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
What is cousin?
She acting like she's single.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that. Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah, that looks. She could have just did that. That part at the end, she could have just did that instead. But in the beginning, like, yeah, that looks. I don't know. The friend, hey, you a better man than me, man. I don't know. You better man than me.
It's okay. It's okay. Me personally, that's like me seeing my girl be physically attracted to another nigga. I don't want to see that in my life. And you did that publicly.
To a random nigga with a shirt off. Like, and I could see if it was like maybe a celebrity or some shit. It's just some random nigga bringing out some food, nigga.
That's the thing with D-Friend. D-Friend think it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. That's what D-Friend got it fucked up.
So y'all think your girls attracted to nobody? Like they don't be attracted to niggas?
God. You said what?
If they is, hey.
So pretty much what Ward is saying is you can be attracted to anybody as long as they're famous.
No. Me personally, if you attract to other people, bro, maybe I just don't need a wife because your
girl you got right now, I never said she a nigga on TV that she thought was fine, attractive. Ooh, this nigga sexy. He got a nice body. Never.
She said they look good, but sexually turned on.
You think she gonna tell you? Oh, you think she gonna tell you I'm wet or some shit? Like what do you like?
If that's the case, then I would be inclined not to be like, oh, that's a wife. I'm being honest. Like if my girl is sexually getting attracted to other people, bro, I don't think because me personally, maybe what I always thought a wife is and all that is something built up to be different. So if that's how I look at it, maybe I don't even need
that's
that.
how the modern wife is.
I don't even need that then. Because what I thought maybe she only had eyes for me and shit like that. Now, yeah,
you think if you get a wife, she's only gonna be like you're only gonna be attracted to you ever in her life?
Well, that's what I thought.
You think that's realistic?
Well, that's kind of why I got her.
Maybe that's what I thought.
That's very unrealistic.
Well,
like maybe they'll have to express it. But you think they're never gonna see anybody like that person's attractive in their life?
That's not what Bryce is saying. Bro.
Yeah, I said sexually attracted. Getting high.
Think they're ever gonna be
saying that you shouldn't be if your husband.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't want to wife then. That's crazy.
That looks crazy.
That's why niggas be covering up their wife in the East.
Like you're supposed to be a Christian wife, like all that shit. That's your whole brand. Like you're a Christian wife. You cook. You take care of the kids. All that. Why are you even on the show to begin with?
That's why you on the to your people. That's why
she promote her book.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't think your girl should be out in public working with men.
Savannah don't do that shit. And LeBron is way more lit than Steph.
Yeah, and me personally,
So-
I think it's no different than what I say to my kids. I don't want my kids to be public school. I don't want my kids to be affected by outside shit because I know how seductive and things this world can be. So same with my girl. I don't want her out in public around a bunch of men she can get turned on to because it is a possibility. So maybe I take the precautions to do things differently. But if I'm so out of the loop that that's impossible, I don't think I want a wife because that to me, that's literally a requirement. Like when you talk about virgins and all that, only having eyes for you because like they basically only know you. I feel like that should be the way of things. But maybe
I don't
I'm
understand
crazy.
how that's fragile male thinking. Because if it was
Maybe
the
I'm
other
crazy.
way around, like it wouldn't be the same energy. If it's the other way around, it would not be the
Like
same energy.
men has always valued purity, and maybe we've always been ignorant. But I don't know. That's been a thing for the longest.
Yeah.
And the part of valuing that is because she see you and you above nobody else. That's how it's supposed to be. Your woman supposed to be your disciple, bro. She supposed to be a ride or die, kill, cutthroat. She literally taking your last name. She'll have your kids. So me personally, if a girl or is willing or thinking that she could ride for another nigga, or maybe I don't know if that's the person that's supposed to be on my team. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Especially a wife.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe.
If it's a girlfriend, I would be like, okay, like that's just like a wife, and you have kids, and
but
like, come on,
nigga, you work your life to be the hardest working dude, to compete, to be the best male you can be, to be. You can even say be better than you can be, or be better than other men. And you what you at least hope to do is earn somebody that respect what you've done, because it ain't like a woman want to go out there and work 12-hour shifts or 10-hour shifts or go do whatever you want to be to successful. When you ask Kevin Samuels, famous question, how much you want to contribute to a relationship? 5%, 10%. So if I'm gonna be out here grinding every day, slaving, maybe even risking my life, like all I require is you. See, I'm risking my life for you to have a great life, and you think you should have eyes for another. I'm doing some different shit for you.
The greatest shooter of all time, nigga.
Like, I'm talking about even niggas on the average level.
That's crazy.
I'm talking about even niggas on the average level, bro. Regular blue collar people, bro. Like the fact that this man can go to work every day, bro. And willing to sacrifice for a family and you, because not every man to do that for a woman. I feel like you got to get it. That's the one thing a man can require. Is you only have eyes for him. Like, bro, he literally sacrificed and go to war for you every day to bring home a living. I know shit is automated and easy and shit like this, but back in the day, it'd be like we went to go get a kill and brought back a beast every day. That's what we're doing in this world, just in a different way. Every day we go out. We can die. We can not come back. And every day we leave the house is a risk. So I feel like if you're willing to risk that and sacrifice that, that's the least you can ask of a woman. It's to only look at you. Like, bro, you putting your family on a pedestal, at least they could put you on one.
Especially if y'all married.
Bro,
and have kids, multiple kids at that.
Bro, you'll do anything for your woman, bro. You'll do anything for her. And the last, like, her getting it, like, bro, man.
That's a high school sweetheart. They've known each other since high school, just like LeBron and Savannah, just like LeBron. So, and Savannah does not do that shit, not a once. So I don't know I don't know how we're fragile for calling it out. It's pretty self-apparent.
I think other women would call that disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really do.
It takes a certain type of woman to say that, though. I don't think most women would say it because I don't think most women would, but it definitely takes a certain type of woman to call that out, though. Because that in itself, like I said, is a double standard. Because if that was Curry that did the same thing, the backlash would be completely different.
No, and I want to take it to a different level. Like, let's joke about him kicking her out the house and not getting nothing. Because for infidelity for men and women don't hit on the same level. Let's say he joked about like, I'm gonna hold my finances over her so she can't do nothing. Let's say he joked on some shit like that, where it's like some shit that women actually fear, because men fear infidelity from their woman. Like, that's why for people be like, man, mandatory paternity test, because that's the one thing men want to know. They want to know if the kid theirs. They want to know if their wife is theirs. That's shit they want to know. That's shit we get insecure about. Women get insecure about what they fear: a nigga having all this money, all this power, and using it over them. So let's say he joked about that on a public forum. Bro, people would kill that nigga for that shit. People would kill that nigga for that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So because it's disrespectful. Like, why would you even joke like that? Like, you ain't a comedian, nigga. I don't look for you for comedy. I never thought Aisha Curry was a comedian.
He's like, you're not a comedian, nigga.
I never thought that. So all of a sudden, she got all the jokes in the world about her marriage. How fun? How convenient is that?
I don't see Savannah James doing it. Same situation. LeBron's been with Savannah since high school. Steph's been with Aisha since high school. They are too like Savannah does not need attention. All she got to do is take care of Bronny, make sure he's well fed. You know what I'm saying? Comes back home safe. That's pretty much it.
And that in itself says a lot, bro. Her needing attention, wanting to go on shows, that kind of shows she not really content with the life that Stephen built for her. And that say a lot because Stephen built a work. She can go anywhere she want. She can have anything she want. She can go she can go to any place. She can get in any club. Like she can get in any bar. She can get in any little backdoor club for rich people. She can get anywhere she want to be. And that still ain't enough for her. She still want more. What's the more? Fame. And it's more. It seemed like it's some more shit that come with that because some other things she ain't said. So that in itself, that's not a woman that's content with being a wife and just a wife alone. And that's dangerous, bro. Because for a man like Steph, I'm sure he ain't looking for a woman that's 50-50.
No. Yeah.
I'm sure he not looking for a boss chick and a woman that want to be a celebrity. That ain't who he married.
Definitely. Yeah. And DeFran's silence says it all.
I'm just listening. That nigga going on a 30-minute rant about this. I'm like, all right, is that serious? Goddamn.
Is that a rant? I don't think that was a rant, really, but I think that's pretty obvious.
Not a rant isn't necessarily a derogatory thing where it's just a fucking rant.
I don't think a woman's biggest fear is a man cheating. I think a woman's biggest fear is losing her resources to another woman. Like a lot of women don't mind a man cheating if she feel like she can go to court and get money or he not gonna go nowhere.
A perfect example of that is the Zion shit with Mariah Mills.
Explain, because I know so little.
Because the baby mom cheated. Didn't Zion get with the baby mom and like I guess. Zion
oh yeah, and then she was
like, mad, and she's still tweeting to this day about it. Because she's mad that she didn't get a baby with Zion, but Zion got with another girl and cheated on Mariah. But it's like, you know, that's kind of like that in itself, and she's still tweeting about this nigga to this day. Like, you know, it's just a double standard, clearly. Double standard.
My boy's still trying to win that argument.
Is it not?
I'm not. I'm just talking shit.
That shit, I tell you, she got that nigga scarred.
Is it not?
He done said double standard like 50 times a night.
I don't give a fuck about random women on the internet. It's Twitter, bro. They be trolling.
Oh my gosh, that's fucking hilarious.
That's not real life.
You want to talk about the Gabrielle shit or what?
Yeah, we talking about.
What about the Gabrielle shit? What she did?
Well, it was really about D-Wade and saying how Gabrielle essentially made them go 50-50 because D-Wade was like, this is my house. You're not going to essentially tell me what to do and stuff like that. So she was like, you're not going to ever tell me that again. And from then on, they've been going 50-50 on bills and stuff like that. And he kind of went on to be like, yeah, that's how I kind of wanted it and stuff like that. But me personally, I feel a certain way about it, but I want to see what y'all think about it. Like,
what's Gabrielle Union's net worth?
40 million.
What's D-Wade's?
130.
I can see why she would want a 50-50 kind of. But,
as a man in a relationship, do you feel he had a right to be like, this is my house?
Well, yeah, like I think most women want a leader that can provide structure and protect and support a woman and the kids. So like, unless that's not what she wanted out of the relationship, I don't see why you would want to marry a guy that you would want to go 50-50 with. If that's what you've been wanting the entire time. I don't think that's what D-Wade wanted necessarily. I don't know, but I would assume that if there was pushback on D-Wade wanting like, so D-Wade didn't want to go 50-50 and she did?
He said he want to do it now, but it started with her being upset about him saying it's my house.
Why would she be upset? I don't,
because she felt like he was taking a stand and be like, I can make the rules or I can dictate what's going on in this house because it's my house. So basically what she was trying to do by going 50-50 is say that my voice would be heard too, essentially. How do y'all like? Do y'all feel a certain way about that?
Was there a video about it, DeFran? Was there like a video that D Wade was saying
I
that?
was trying to pull up.
I've seen it. I don't know if you sent it to me.
I think I don't think most men would say that, so I don't think there's an issue.
Is first of all, let's say I have 20 to 50 responsibilities.
Right.
And my wife have 20 to 50 responsibilities. And when I say that, that means she has a mother, she has her sisters, she has her dad, she has a lot of things that she's responsible for.
Right.
You know what she does?
Right.
She pays 100% of that.
Right.
You know what I do? I pay 100% of my life. When our life come together, my wife is a working actress who spends time away from the family to go work,
do our job.
build.
Right.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena.
Well, I don't know.
I gotta show this. This looks like some porn shit, but I ain't trying to get.
I seen that.
This looks like some porn shit, but it's not. I was gonna show this. I was gonna talk about this.
Like
clip.
the bang bus.
No, I was gonna show this clip.
I was just walking down the hall at this resort, and I was like, "Yep, where y'all room at? Let's go."
How did they know what you were thinking?
I was talking about the degradation of fucking females in society, but I just had to play that because that shit look crazy when you see it like randomly. Like, what the fuck they got down there? But anyways, yeah.
Was D Wade raised with the mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just raised with his mama.
I think what happened with D Wade is he was married to Gabrielle Union. He had a baby on her, and he'll do whatever he can to keep her. So he'll do whatever she got to do or whatever she say. Which, like I said, is it like, bitch, if you want to pay 50%, I'm keeping majority. I'm sure he makes way more money than fucking she do. So, bitch, you want to keep up? Hey, by all means, motherfucker, let me keep more of my goddamn.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see the problem in that. If she wants to go 50-50, then she can. But I don't think most men, well, traditionally, I don't think most men would like. I think that's just in their nature to just provide for a woman. Like that's what
I don't even necessarily believe it. I feel like they put probably their money in the same joint account and it just goes out to bills. Like I don't think it's like, hey, do you have your half of the fucking $500,000 mortgage?
No, yeah, that's not what it was. It was more about they both put their name on the lease. They both probably put money into the lease or to the mortgage of the house that they bought in LA. So it to me, what I got from that whole conversation and insight on how I feel like they think was like, it was more about the principle of saying that it was his house. And he like, say they come to a crossroad about a conversation. As a man, you feel like you should be able to veto things because you bring in most of the money. You take all the risks essentially with the work and the income and stuff like that for the most part. So you feel like you should be able to make a stand with how maybe kids may be raised or how be reprimanded or something in that nature. It's always on a serious topic though, where at some point you feel like you should be able to veto. It ain't on all topics. That's when shit be like, oh, you abusive and all that. But it does come to a point where like I said, it may be a tenuous topic that come up every 5 years or something. But like he said, it was just one time. So I feel like that's what it was. It was more about her feeling like she didn't like that power that he could hold as far as saying, I veto what you think. And how do y'all think? Do y'all think a woman should be able to be 50-50 as far as like any conversation that it can go either way? Or should it be some things where it's like, nah, essentially if a boat was to crash, I'm putting y'all on the little boat to get away, and I would risk my life for y'all. Should I at least get the last say in things? Like, how do y'all feel?
I guess it depends on what it is. There's a lot of different like things where you kind of have to do like 50-50. It's like the thought process goes. But it just depends on what they were arguing about. When it comes to like protection, safety, shit like that, I think the man should probably always have like the final say when it comes to shit like that. When it comes to kids,
I think if it's something that women are good at handling, I think that they should be able to express that and they have a conversation about it. I think it's all about communication.
For sure.
Because if you're in it together, especially in their case, they're married and they have kids, like I would assume that D Wade would want, if it's something that she can handle, I think that she should be able to express that, and if that's what they agree upon, then she can do that. But as far as it being his house necessarily, I mean, you could say that in terms of like being the breadwinner, but I mean, they have kids, and D Wade's on the what used to be when he was active, he was on the road playing basketball games. Like she's there taking care of the kids, she's holding down the house. Like in that sense, it's kind of like 50-50 because D Wade's not going to be there 100% of the time. So if in terms of like a woman dealing with like social things and people, I would like to think a woman is preferably better at doing that rather than a man. And in terms of like providing structure and like the more hands-on things, maybe D Wade would be better with that. So
no, it's when you look at it like that, like there's always gonna be she got her roles, he got his roles. I'm talking more like, let's say if D Wade wasn't okay with the kid being transgender, it should have been a no, this kid not gonna be transgender essentially. Versus like, nah, we should talk about it. Like, and that's how I kind of look at it. It's gonna be like this kid should go to private school or not go to private school, or this kid should be able to listen to this. Like when I think it's more to do with morals and stuff or character things that could be like when these type of conversations come up, not so much like what they're doing in and out the house and stuff like that, because that's just how relationships go anyways. No one gonna do 100% of the work. That's not a relationship. It's more to do with like I feel like characteristic things that could like infect the environment of the household, the vibe of the household, how kids are raised, how kids how it could affect their future. So I feel like that's what about the Zion Wade, like obviously, or Zaire Wade, he obviously like that type of shit. But when also, like I said, a little insight, I feel like she took that shit personal, because say he did do that out of like I'm taking a stand, I'm vetoing whatever this conversation got to be. She took that personal to a point where she never let that shit go. It's like when we move, we got to go 50-50 on this, because that's how she look at shit. So I feel like it's an insight on just showing that she look like she could be power hungry inside that relationship for sure.
Yeah, if she was so adamant about that, like never again are we gonna like, look, are you gonna say that to me again, and we're gonna go 50-50 on everything like after that incident? And the fact that there's no pushback on D Wade's part, and there was no progression in the conversation after that, it's kind of like, as a man, like you kind of have to put your foot down. I mean, at that point, because you are the breadwinner, technically, if we're talking about, I guess, gender roles or whatever. But at least the conversation was had. But if there's no pushback, if there's no progression in the conversation, and it starts and stops there, and everything after that is 50-50 as far as decisions and everything, I mean, the Zaya Wade shit, it doesn't really surprise me, because like that's where it started. Like D Wade said, "This is my house. You don't do like," you know what I'm saying? But that might not have been the proper response, because it probably should have been like, okay, yo, like it should have been like more of a conversation. It's a two-way, because we're in this together. We're married. We have kids. Like it's not like we're boyfriend and girlfriends where I could just up in and just leave. I don't have kids necessarily, but I think
it usually starts as a conversation and ends in an argument.
Yeah, but it depends on your relationship with your girl. I don't think it has to end in an argument.
Because that's the thing. What's that thing with ultimatum? I don't think people give ultimatum just off of the strength. Like they have a couple conversations before they get to that. I feel like, so that's just like, I feel like they do have a conversation, and I feel like Gabrielle just be giving them hell, and I feel like it's just an example of that, because it's like you being calculative or like tactical towards your own spouse. And I don't think when he say I'm 100%, like this is my house, I don't think he was doing that to be like I got 100% power over you. He just like at some point, like I'm a man and I got to take a stand. Like, and I think all men observe that, right? Because once again, we'll die for you. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I think men take more of the risk in a relationship, so it would only make sense for you to put your foot down in that instance. But at the end of the day, you're there to support her. You're not against her. Like y'all are together for a reason. Y'all agreed to come together, and y'all have kids, so there's a bond there. So I don't think there should be much of an argument there.
Yeah, and most dudes will like, especially with like certain conversations, they willing to just let it go, because it's like obviously you believe your girl a lot of times, or you care about her, so you're not trying to get into that all the time. But certain conversations where it's like, nah, bro, and that's the thing. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that was the problem. She
Is
got
Flying Low just in the chat
about
to
a real
troll me the
combo.
entire time? Because like I've had multiple girlfriends. Like, do you see how good I look, nigga? Like, fuck are you talking about? I don't even know what Flying Low looks like. I've had like at least 10 girlfriends. Like, what are you talking about? I mostly talk to women. Like, I rarely talk to niggas. Like, for real. Like, I mostly talk to women. But
what do you mean by that?
What do you mean you rarely talk to niggas?
No, I obviously have like I have niggas that I talk. Well, pause first.
Because I pay my cell phone bill.
I don't get my nails. My nails are not painted.
So what it is. Are you being funny when you say that, Flying Low? Because I pay my girl phone bill, she not allowed to lock her phone. Or are you capping?
And that's a girlfriend. We're talking about a wife with like kids.
I ain't gonna lie, you paying your girl rent, you deserve the password.
If you paying 100% of the rent, yeah, like I dictate a lot of the shit.
Nigga, even if you splitting the bills, nigga, shit. My girl know my password, I know her shit. Oh, that nigga, that's one thing I don't know about that secret shit.
Like the fuck, like
you go through your girl phone?
I have before, yes.
When's the last time you did that?
Hey man, we don't be getting all that. What are we doing here?
I'm trying to reveal the. You know,
that ain't.
You saying we're fragile?
That ain't a public statement. I'm willing to.
I've never done that before.
DeFran, you saying we're fragile for doing that?
I don't blame you for not doing it.
I've never done it before. I never thought it like I don't know. I just never thought.
Well,
about
you
that.
felt like you never had to. You've never had to, like.
But you don't never use you ain't never used your girl phone.
Usually, if I didn't go through it.
No, I mean, I use it like.
I'm talking about going through it, like going checking DMs, messages. Like I ain't never did no shit like that.
Has a girl gone through your phone before?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Double standard.
I mean, yeah, that's how.
I ain't saying you have to, but not to be.
I don't do.
I ain't saying you don't have to, but if you could, if you wanted to, you could. That's all I'm saying. You ain't like, oh well, what's the path? If you don't want to, you don't want to. That's every man prerogative. But having the access to be able to,
you gonna give us the last time?
No, I can't do that. I can't.
Why? Why is that?
It's personal information. What are we talking about?
Okay.
What are we talking about? That's too much insight.
When was the last time?
I don't even know why different to ask you that question personally.
He just asking when was the last time.
It could have been 12 years. It could have been 12 years ago.
I know we're here for the content, but hold on.
That's not even a crazy question.
No,
that's not that crazy.
No, it's crazy in this day and age because you know how people will try to run with shit.
That nigga went to the phone last night.
I feel like if I say anything somewhat recent, it's just like
you say anything recent, they gonna be on you.
Yeah, I don't need people having insight in
that
my
shit gonna be straight on TikTok.
5 years, nigga. It was 10 years ago. How about that, nigga? When we met, nigga.
10 years ago.
That just tells you because they don't want to tell you it was recent. That shit funny as fuck.
So Flying Low is insecure. I guess I'm insecure.
What's this thing? I was like, what sound effect is that? That shit funny as fuck. No, that's the truth. She had no code because of me. It's my wife. We have kids. I could tell you like I could tell you. Are you like one? What does that mean? Who's he talking to?
What does Flying Low look like, bro?
I don't know. I never seen him. And when me and him communicate on Instagram, he has no picture. So it's just like
he has Instagram. Oh, I'm about to say.
But it's like it's like DDSD.
Oh, okay.
DDSD. What do you do? Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga.
Why do you use a burner to come into space though?
I just be popping in. Them niggas pulling up my shit.
Put on my shit. What do you just post your YouTube? You just promote your YouTube.
I just pop in, see what niggas talking about, and I pop out. Shit. DDSD. I be like, what's up? Okay, bet. Let's get out of here.
Think niggas gonna dox you or some shit?
I don't know what how they was getting on your ass. I don't know what the fuck niggas gonna do.
Yeah, I'm never doing that shit ever again. That was my first and last space. Man.
That nigga got on space one time and said, I'm done with this shit for the rest of my life.
I don't know how niggas do that. That was my first time hosting a space. And especially with that type of shit.
You gotta, but I feel like it'll make you better the more you keep. It'll help you filter out your ideas, your debating.
No, I'm gonna do spaces, but it's gonna be music.
No, like real shit. Like go in there and be like, I love Sneaker and Fresh and Fit. Change my mind. And then do a space like that. That should
if it's like that
should go up though.
That's different compared to like saying like women benefit more. Like that's kind of like a little bit different.
Thing.
Go in there.
Not
and be like,
really.
Go
I'm kind
in
of
there
calling
and say,
out Women
go in there and say
know.
why women. What's that nigga book called? Why women deserve nothing or something like that. Myron, what's the book called? Why women deserve
why
less.
women deserve less. Yeah.
Why women do that? Is, oh, man, you come on. That
See,
shit go up.
That's like
what you don't
bro.
understand.
That shit
like,
go up.
when you make a
That's-
YouTube page.
That shit go
Or
up.
you make a special account that's like only about a certain type of content, you can do that shit. But then you got all type of random women you follow. These people ain't on the same wavelength as you. You do that shit on Twitter, bro, nigga. You're gonna always get somebody that
Because in
disagrees with
spaces, any random person can pop in your shit. If they just see.
Oh
you,
yeah,
like,
and then they
title,
could just
and
be on
pop
Twitter.
in.
And
they ain't even gotta follow you.
I put certain tags. I put like sociology, relationships, family, and all that.
I said, where did you just start? I said, where to start a space, bro? It was just me and him and that bitch. If niggas start flooding,
if you ain't gonna be toxic, you can't do it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
it was like 80 people in the house. I said, oh shit,
I was trying to take this shit serious.
It was like you could only put a certain amount of niggas at the top, like to talk. It was like request. I was like, gotta kick niggas out to bring niggas up. Shit. One nigga came on the house and said, Wardo, I was gonna defend you, and then I got here. You started saying some bullshit.
That's cool. That's fine.
It's bad for you when niggas start turning on you. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
The women already that turned on me. It's like, all right, I'm in a. It's just how you bomb the space. It's like it looked crazy.
The nigga said you bombed.
He
bombed. No, I'm saying he bombed her. Like the girl said, "You're a dumbass." He just ended the space. It's like,
yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm a dumbass. I'll be a dumbass somewhere.
Oh my bad, I didn't even do that one. That bitch is done. That nigga ain't been on a space with his Nigerian homies all day today.
Yeah, no, I was busy today. I would have been, but I was busy today.
Anyways, enough of the space. That's just my. I was at work too, and that shit was just fucking hilarious. That got me through the rest of my work. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Next time I do a space, it'll be music related. Probably when Utopia drops. Something like that.
Okay, I could do a music space. I'll be like when that whole even that women shit like.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about shit like that. I'd be like, I don't know, like yeah, you know. At Wardy, your next live, I'll hit these stream yards. He bullshitting. He going live on Sunday, nigga.
Flying low. I'll let you get on the panel if you show me a picture of your face.
He's ain't gonna go live with you. But anyways, we got anything else? It's late. I'm tired.
That's it. I gotta be up early.
All right, man. That was fun. Salute to you if you watching on the channel. Absolutely sure. Make sure you subscribe to if you're not subscribed already. Water and Bryce, go subscribe to their channels. The niggas trying to get 500 subs, 3,000 watch time hours, and whatever you gotta do to get monetized nowadays. See that when the nigga gotta go through the hard work, I gotta get the 1,000 subs. I got 4,000. I'm just struggling and shit, posting shit about no jumper and doing all this bullshit I'm fucking doing.
And they lowered it.
I want to talk about real. I've realized with the past. I be like, bro, like when I like the videos that made me feel the best be when I talk about the people trying to take your kids away if you don't want them to be trans. Like you see in California, they got a bill like that where it's like if you're a parent and you don't affirm your kid's gender, they look at that as child abuse. So if you're in a custody battle with your girl, whatever parent doesn't believe in the whatever, they're trying to pass a law to take the kid away from that parent. So if you're a woman, like D-Wade's situation, if she was in California, I mean they took the kid away from her anyways. But for instance, if she didn't believe in that, they would take the kid away from her and give him to D-Wade, or vice versa. Whatever parent is cool with the gender affirming type shit, they'll give the kid away to whoever.
You can have them. I don't give a fuck.
That's some California shit for real. That's definitely some Cali shit for real. That's definitely some Cali shit. I ain't gonna lie. And try that shit in Texas. Try it.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. And even when I be talking about the Saudi Arabia shit, Saudi Arabia taking over. The theory I got that Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia, I've been plotting this whole war shit the whole time. I don't know. That's a lot of shit going on.
I give my life to God. If that's what happened to me and my family, then look, all right, that's what God wants you to be trans. I don't know why. You got it.
Okay, Flying Low, you gonna cam up? All right, I'll let you join that. If you gonna cam up for real, I'll let you join.
If his homies, if them niggas DK and K9 actually show up.
I don't know, man. Them niggas is busy, man. I don't know.
All right, man. We out. Y'all have a good night, man.
Yes, sir.
Shit.